D&D.
I died. I wasn't even there.
Well, everyone continued to flee. The bard tried to talk Strahd into going, we don't have that shit. Found out they really didn't have the bones. We went on a mad dash looking for bones. Owen found a set with one guy who wears a turban. The bard, Kiki, and them found another set with Lady Wakna. Found out one's a fake. Strahd decided to stroll up and be like, yeah, I know these aren't good, but give me the other ones too. We pissed him off somehow in that kerfuffle. And he proceeded to beat the ever-living crap out of all of us, killing Antonio and Rose. Coming to, we had all been stripped of our gear. Rosario and Hella appeared as we were burying our friends as much as we could. Found out Isaac had our shit. Bard called him a coward. Kiki tried to get her shit back. They wound up in the stocks, and now everyone's trying to figure out a plan of getting our shit back.
So I have a question. Since everyone kind of knows this answer except for me, what level is this guy?
Strahd?
No, not Strahd.
Isaac?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think NPCs and monsters don't really have a level. They have like a challenge rating.
Okay. So if we were to fight him, would it be possible for us to do so?
If we had
not giving
gear.
too much away from attack.
So we'd have to get the gear back in order to kill him.
It'd still be tough. Although I posed my one-on-one strategy against him to the DM here.
I know
it would work. I'm guaranteeing you it'd work, but it'd be tough.
Okay.
But I need my shit to do it.
Okay, so that's what we have. Oh yeah, you haven't changed my character's image.
That image you change on your own.
And my character's name.
You can change your character's name right now. And the image.
I don't know how to do that.
Wait, hold on. So where are you talking about? Because you have your tokens on the.
Oh,
on the
okay, I see it. I see it. No. Where it says Rose and it shows my image. And it says the bar and it says Kiki and it says Owen.
That's you. But if you want to change your name, if you go to the gear in the corner above, like where you see like dice rolls in the chat, you can change your display name right there.
Yeah, I can't control that part.
But it still says Rose though instead of Rosario.
Yeah, you gotta change your name. So you go in that same cog area, the display name. It's the very first input field. Just go ahead and change that to Rosario.
I see colors. I don't see
up, higher. You want to go up? It's right underneath the big words. It says My Settings. Right underneath that, the very first thing says Display Name.
I really don't have no clue.
So you know how you get to your character sheet up top, the little paper in the chat. Click on that cog.
Yeah. Okay. And then I see.
Okay. There it is. There's that Rosario. Okay, so let's see. Hella and Owen was going to the church. Hella was going to the orphanage. Yeah. Kiki and Bart are in the stocks. Rosario. What is Rosario doing?
I still really don't have much memory of what's going on. Mm-hmm. I only recall one thing, so I'm just kind of hanging around Kiki and the bard, since that's the only thing I kind of recognize.
Okay, so Hella, let's take care of you first. Okay. You're gonna get to the orphanage, no problem. What do you want to do when you get there?
I want to go see if I could find the headmistress and talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. So you knock on the door and they summon the headmistress and Miss Belasco comes to you and yes.
He goes, all right. Well, we haven't met, but I was wondering if you could assist me with with something and more gain your help.
She's kind of looking you up and down, noticing like you're in these unclean garbs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, of course, right this way. And she takes you back, and she like starts going through her chest of drawers looking for some stuff. And she's like, what? Does this work for you? And she like pulls up some clothes, you know. She thinks that's what you're asking for.
Okay. And she goes, it is not with anything that I have misplaced or anything, but necessarily. But I'm sure you remember a group of travelers that assisted you with the problem with one of your sick children, if I remember correctly. What was his name? Malakiv or Malakov? Milivo, yes, that was it. If you remember that group of adventurers?
I do.
And he's like, well, they have been somewhat wronged by someone, and their possessions have been stolen from them. I was wondering if you would be willing to talk to the burgomaster and help them identify some of their items that have been wrong or stolen and taken from them, and so that a wrong could be righted.
So your passive insight is sufficient to like when the moment that you mention essentially testifying to the burgomaster on behalf, kind of putting where she would need to stand up against the burgomaster, you see kind of this fearful state pour over her. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Persuasion.
So she kind of looks at you and almost she just grabs the clothes and she's like, here, and she like hands you the clothes and almost just starts kind of pretending like you didn't even ask the question. And she's just like, hopefully these will help you. I don't know what use I can be with the burgomaster.
Wait.
He says, I'm sure you could be a very great help with the burgomaster, as you have had first-hand encounter on what they were wearing, what possessions they would have. And I do think, you could be of great help and repay the group of adventurers that so graciously helped you and risked their lives to help you.
Yes, they were quite wonderful people. They are, in fact. It was terrible. I saw that snake creature, whatever it was. I saw it fall. It was most distressing. But the law is the law, and I am but a headmistress here at the orphanage. I do not have powerful influence. Do you just wish me to state what it is you were wearing?
Yes, what they were wearing, and if you can give any detailed information about what the party was wearing, and if there was anything that you can recall that they had, but they do not have in their possession right now. Specifics, details, weapons, tools, any garb. It
Can
would be very
anyone
much.
open? Sorry. Can anyone open D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I'm in D&D Beyond.
Mhm.
It's not loading for me.
I don't know.
Okay.
So she'll look at you and she'll just say, "Well, it is a simple ask, of course, but I don't know how much. I will indeed oblige, but I don't know how much weight it will carry. They usually ask you to register your attire when you enter the gates of Valaki. Do you not have those papers anymore?"
They were taken from us along with our belongings, so we have no claim.
I see.
So, which is why the burgomaster said if we could find someone that could testify and identify items that have been taken, the right will be wronged.
Ah, so the burgomaster has asked for testimonies, you say?
Yes. if
Oh,
anyone
that is-
can prove our claim.
Well, that is quite a different matter. Please wait a moment, and then she'll kind of go off and start writing down, what she remembers. Is there anything you wanted to do while you're waiting? I mean, she's just gonna be sitting at a desk writing stuff.
What did the clothes look like? Were they kind of like
It's common clothes, nothing
just
fancy.
very-
It's very average.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Kind of in better
Okay.
condition than what mine are that I'm wearing, or
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. For
okay,
sure.
yeah. And I would say it's like, is the offer for the clothes still available?
Yes, and she'll just kind of gesture to them as they're, sitting on a nearby tabletop. Okay, so at this point, I'm assuming you're gonna go change into that.
Yeah, I'll go change and look a little more proper, and kind of just ask her if there's a place where I could change, or she can at least put me in the right direction and then change.
And she'll point you.
Okay.
Okay, so let's cut over to Owen. So Owen, you were heading to the orphanage, or excuse me, not the orphanage. You were heading over to the church, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one thing that you're noticing, as you're traveling through Valaki, it's not filled with the hustle and bustle that it was before. Not that it was super busy. I mean, you've certainly seen much more active towns, but you're starting to get much more of the village of Barovia sense. The fog seems more present. It seems more menacing. The grayscale tones of the environment seem more prominent. You look down and you see the cobblestone walkway that is their road. You see mud splotches and weeds growing up here and there all around. There's kind of mud, patchy grass areas. The buildings they just seem more dilapidated and more worn down than they used to. And then it just out of nowhere, a memory strikes you, and that is when you were in the orphanage. When you and the bard were making food for the children, and it was all messy because the kids were being all chaotic, you're now remembering that the kids weren't in the kitchen. They were, in fact, the kids at the orphanage most of them seemed fairly emotionless. And so it's kind of like a little bit of a reality warping situation for you as you remember two different memories and you're trying to reconcile like which one's which. Like which one's true, which one's false. It's like it's just messing with your head.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're walking towards the church and you're noticing all these details, a familiar face appears. It's Vasily von Holtz. And he approaches and he says, "Ah, Owen, good day to you, my friend.
And you.
You know, I just came from the church. Terrible business what happened to Antonio and Rose. I was most fond of both of them. My condolences to you and yours."
Well, thank you. I will be sure to pass it on to the others.
Well, I do not have much time to discuss right now, but the least I can do, my friend, is offer all of you respite tonight. If you would please join me at my manor. I will offer you a fine meal, better than you will find anywhere else here in the village of Valaki. And for you, Owen, I have a special gift for your heroism facing that devil that plagues us all.
Oh well, you're too kind.
He just kind of nods at you and he says, "Please, just before sundown." And he kind of gives you the directions to his house, where he lives and whatnot. And then well, good day, Owen. I will see you later.
And he'll say, I may be a few guests short. It appears as if the bard and Kiki will be spending a few nights in the stocks.
In the stockades?
Yes.
For what?
Oh,
What did they do?
They had a bit of a scuffle with the guard captain.
Isaac. And he kind of looks around, making sure nobody can hear. And he's kind of steps closer to you. He's like, "It's quite a brute, that one. Not too sharp. What was it he claimed that they did?"
Well, after losing Rose and Antonio, we awoke to find all of our gear had been lifted off of us, and we found him wearing Kiki's belt.
This is most distressing.
Yes,
He-
and she argued with him, claiming that it was hers, as it rightfully is.
Why did you not simply show the registration to the burgomaster?
Well, everything had been lifted off of us, and
Oh.
we haven't returned to the gates to see if they have a copy on hand, but we fear that he's got to them first.
This will not do, my friend. This will not do indeed. You are heroes of Valaki. You have faced the devil when others ran away. I, for one, did not see Isaac encountering that beast. I will speak to the burgomaster at once, and I will see what I can do. I promise you, my friend, I will pull all of my power behind you to see that your friends are freed.
Owen will give like a bow. You are too kind, offering us respite at your own manor, and going to speak to the burgomaster on our behalf. We're currently looking for those that could testify in our favor. I'm currently on the way to the church right now. The altar boy there, I mean, he's seen us around. He's seen our gear. He's familiar with us. But if we had your word, that just weighs so much more in our favor.
Absolutely. I will do what I can, my friend. I cannot make promises, for he is the burgomaster, but
Of
I
course.
will do what I can.
Of course, I understand. Thank you.
And he'll just nod at you and walk away politely. So, as you get closer, I'm assuming you're going to continue to the church, right?
Yeah.
So as you get closer to the church, you hear the sound of men. Excuse me. You hear the sound of men, kind of talking, and you start to make out off in the distance the figure of a great dragon laying in the cemetery of the church, and there are several
My mic
men
stand's coming loose.
around the body of this dragon, and they seem to be laboring.
Yeah, Owen would kind of pick up the pace to kind of get a better look.
So as you get closer, you see there has to be half a dozen men or so. They look like just commoners, Barovian citizens that are they are harvesting the scales of Rose.
Oh boy. Yeah, Owen would like pick up the pace even for like full on sprinting kind of in their direction. And would kind of yell like, "You there, all of you, cease immediately."
You know, like they kind of turn to you, and they don't really say anything. They just kind of turn to you like, "What's his problem? What's he doing?" But they're just looking at you.
Okay. Yeah, he'll look quite angry. And he almost naturally like kind of reaches down to his side, but then realizes that he has kind of nothing. But he'll say, "Do you not realize what you're doing? This magnificent beast here fought on your behalf, and you're here picking at her remains? Shoo, you buzzards!"
Give me a intimidation check. Kiki. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty intimidating. So they kind of they definitely are intimidated, and all of them just kind of start to grovel a little bit, and they're like, please, please, we're just doing the captain's bid. He told us to harvest the body.
And Owen will say, currently the guard captain's actions are being reviewed by the burgomaster. So if you don't want to get into further trouble, you'll cease now.
So you'll see with an intimidation that high for sure, they just kind of like nod at you, and gather up their things, and then just take off.
Okay. And I would state that if anybody would really look closely at Owen, when they kind of awoke after being kind of knocked unconscious, his colors were a little bit dulled. They're not that bright, glistening gold. But when he saw this happening, like, his color began to return, and he kind of had that Eldrin glow back, as that anger kind of fired him back up.
Yeah.
But he'll wander
coffee.
over to Rose and place a hand in his forehead against her and just kind of whisper, I'm sorry, my friend. I wish I could do more for you. Take kind of a moment, but then look around, make sure nobody's
Self
eyeing.
armor. My goodness.
What?
Armor. Make yourself armor.
She wants you to make some dragon scale armor.
Yes. You have to kill
We have
Strahd.
respect for the dead here, okay?
She would want you to do it.
He's like being respectful of your body, and you're like, chop it up. Let's all get some armor. Let's do it.
Exactly. We gotta go in there and kill Strahd. Let's go.
Maybe if
You're-
he learns to speak to dead, but for now, he's very respectful of allies of his that fall in battle. So he's got that gladiator pride to him.
Yep.
But he'll kind of take a quick look around, make sure that there isn't somebody hiding behind bushes waiting for him to turn his back to start at it again. But otherwise, just make his way back towards the church.
Yeah, this is. You guys had Rose's body in the cemetery. You just kind of placed her over by a tree in the cemetery. So, yeah, you just turn around, you head back, and you get to the front doors and go inside. What are you looking for? What do you do?
He'll just kind of maybe put a hand up to his mouth and go, Yeska, are you here?
You'll see him come out of you'll see him come out of a nearby room.
Okay.
And he's like, yes.
And Owen will kind of force a smile and say, hi, Yeska. Is Irina still here?
And Yeska just nods and he gestures over into a different room, and he kind of takes you over there and knocks on the door. And you'll hear Irina just be like, yes, from behind the closed door.
Irina, it's Owen. I have a few questions for you and Yeska.
So she comes, she opens the door, and she's like, yes, what is it?
It appears that the guard captain has made off with our belongings. I had some words with the burgomaster here, and he's willing to hear us out, to reclaim our belongings, and to right any wrongs done. But he's asked that we find some to testify on our behalf, and you and Yeska, especially you, Irina, you traveled with us for a while. You would know our gear if you were to see it, and you could point it out. We just need as many people that have seen what we have, so we can make a case to the burgomaster.
She's nodding as you're talking, and she says, "Oh yes, of course, I would be most I'm of course willing to help you. Have you sought the help from Vasily? He seems to be a nobleman in these parts, quite powerful and handsome too. I think he just left this way. Maybe you passed him on the way.
I did actually, and he said he's gonna make his way to the Burgomaster now. So, but again, and I'm sure his word carries a lot of weight here in Valakut. But I mean, you're the sister of another Burgomaster, the Burgomaster of the village of Barovia. Your word would also mean a lot.
Of course. I will indeed help you. I simply meant I met him recently, and he's such a wonderful man. I just wanted to make sure that he was also helping you. You know, the more chances we have to work together, that kind of thing.
Yes, he was rather kind, and he did invite us over for dinner. Let us rest our heads for a little bit, get some warm food and whatnot.
Yes, after the beast left, he came and he comforted me. He's a very gentle man, a very kind man.
He seems it, which is quite comforting. I haven't really felt someone that kind here in Barovia.
It is rather odd, isn't it? But a welcome kind of oddness. No, of course.
Yes, it is. Yes, we met a few friends, Hella and Rosario. I believe Rosario is keeping poor Kiki and the Bard company, while Hella went to the orphanage to speak with Madame Belasco. We're just trying to get as many people to testify on our behalf. So, I don't know if you're available.
Of course.
But I think the sooner we return back to the Burgomaster, the better, before any fiends can make off with our belongings, get them into hiding places and whatnot.
Yes, of course. And she'll grab her belongings back. I'm ready now if you wish.
Yes. Yasko, are you able to come with us too? You saw us fight some big bad guys. You know our gear and our, wonderful weapons and such. I'm sure a child such as yourself would also recognize these items.
He looks up at you and he's like, "Of course, sir. And I wish I could come, but I have many duties to attend to. With the death of Father Lucian, all of his tasks have fallen to me. None of the other townsfolk are willing to pick up in his stead."
Owen will kind of shake his head and he'll say, "You're a brave lad. Very well. Yes. And when I'm speaking to the Burgomaster, I'll see if I can't get him to send some men to help you as well."
And he nods. He's like, "Oh, that would be most wonderful. Thank you."
And he'll ruffle his hair again, look to Irina and say, "Well, I'm ready to go when you are."
So Irina, it'll take her a few minutes because she's got the plate mail and stuff. So it'll take her a few minutes to put that on. So while she's doing that, I'm gonna cut over to Rosario, Kiki, and the Bard while you guys are sitting there in the stocks.
Okay.
So I saw a lot of chat going, but I didn't get an opportunity to read it. What you guys doing? What you up to?
Kiki singing.
And twist it backwards.
And nobody wears our dead friend skin but us. I'm looking around, seeing what the guards are doing. I'm trying to just suss out what's going on with them.
Yeah, they're just. They're, one's over there kind of picking his nose and just being a little bit slobbish. You guys are noticing the same thing Owen was noticing, by the way. The guards before, everybody was really militant, and the place just seemed, there was something about it that seemed almost normal, oppressive, of course, but almost normal, and that seems to be fading. Like there's not a whole lot of people walking around. Again, the grayscale is standing out to you. The just kind of the loneliness and isolation of this place is standing out. And similar to what I was telling Owen, you guys the bard, you actually remember the bard off with Rictavio. You actually remember it differently now. And just like for Owen, you have it seems like there's two memories now, and you're trying to figure out which one's real. It's very confusing. What you remember now is instead of the citizens congregating and kind of laughing and being cheerful, you're actually remembering them being very straight-faced, emotionless, and a couple of them even throwing scowls.
I'll look at Kiki, and under my breath, as I'm not supposed to really be talking, say, things are strange out here now that Strahd attacked.
Very true. Is it just me, or is everybody suffering from malicious unhappiness?
It seems. I am getting a bad feeling.
Same here. It's not just the kink in my neck and the pain in my back.
You guys, about this time, you actually hear a familiar voice is like, "Oh, there's something I can do about that if you would like, Kiki." And it's coming from behind you. You recognize the voice as Rictavio, but you can't see him because he's standing behind you, like behind the stalks, right?
Who is it? Can someone turn my head? I can't
I'll
see.
just kind of stick my hand up and wave, since I'm again not supposed to be speaking loudly.
To you, he'll say, "My friend, please do not be angry." And then he steps around. He steps around to the front, and you see him holding your loot. And he says, "I did not steal this from you. And when you get free, I will return it to you."
Could you perhaps give it to me? Oh wait, hold on. You see this works.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I will turn to him. I am a companion of these two misfits. Could you please give it to me so I may put it into my shell? So when he is free, I can give it to him immediately.
And he's looking. You notice with your really high perception, you notice that he's looking to you, the bard, waiting for the response, or for you to confirm that.
This is a new compatriot of ours, for sure. As long as I get it, I'm fine either way. If you feel it's safer with you, I don't know what's going on in this town right now.
And so he holds it out, and he hands it to Rosario.
I'll take it and I'll stick it directly into my shell.
Turtle slime.
I'll look to Kiki and just say, as I said, something doesn't sit right. You may look for my signal. We may have to make a hasty retreat.
I really need my focus. Hey, you! You haven't seen a little, dragon carving, have you? Anywhere?
Is that to Rictavio?
Yeah.
I have not. But they usually take all of the belongings to the burgomaster's house.
Kiki, do you require your focus to wild shape?
She's gonna think to herself really quick while I check.
Yeah, because I don't know if she needs it.
I actually don't know if I do either. It just says, as an action, I can magically assume the shape of a beast that you have seen before or twice per short rest. It doesn't say what's required.
Let's see what the Google. A druid doesn't need a spellcasting focus to use wild shape.
What? This whole time I've been sitting in here and I got escaped out?
So I'll turn to the bard and the other bard, the free one. My friend, strange things have happened, and many have died. Do you know of any place outside of this town where you will be safe?
And with that, he's give me a persuasion check.
Persuade.
So with that, he just kind of shakes his head and he says, "There's not much in Barovia that is safe. Valaki is probably the safest place that you can find." And then he turns again to the bard and says, "My friend, fellow misfit, if I seek me out. I am at the Blue Water Inn. Do you know where that is?"
I take it we walked by it a few times through the town, right?
Yep, it's in the center of town.
I am familiar.
Assad, he'll just kind of nod at you and then walk off. Like he doesn't really say anything beyond that.
He knows more than what he is telling.
Zario, if things start going awry as well, just start walking. We don't want you caught up.
I was dead, now I'm alive. The worst that will happen is I'll end up being dead again.
Well, I think I have an escape plan, but I'll only save Kiki and I. So as long as you're not caught up in the ruckus, I'll have no reason to blame you.
Well, I cannot leave Kiki. I have a very strong attachment to her, and I do not know why.
Aw.
No.
Can you guarantee that she will not be harmed?
If all goes according to plan, neither of us will come to home.
He
I like
ponders
the
this
sound
for
of
a long time. Swear to me, who is your god, may I ask?
I serve no god, I follow my own.
Think about it again. What is the most important thing to you?
My reputation.
Oh, this book. It's not so good right now, is it?
Apparently not. But no, I promise. With everything that's gone down, I'll do everything in my power to make sure no harm comes to that.
I nod my head. I will trust her life in your hands. If she dies while during your escape, then I will require your life in her stead.
Very well.
Okay. I'll get up and I'll walk away. I guess I'll head to the church. I really don't know much about this place.
In Kiki's mind, I'll just tell her, when I give the signal, just become something that could break these stocks, and then become something very small to fit in my pocket afterwards.
That I can do.
And I'll leave it at
Um, let's go back to you, Hella. So when you're done dressing and whatnot, is there anything else you want to do? Miss Belasco she'll present to you the writing, the description of what she knows, and then she just gives her signature on it.
Okay. And I'll just say it's like, you sure you don't want to testify in person and give your account in person?
Yes, quite certain. I must tend to the children.
I will say, very well, if that is what you wish, then I will be on my way, and I will take that piece of paper.
Yep. They should give you a curtsy and then escort you out. Are you heading back to the stockade area, or where are you heading to next?
I think I will head back to the stockade area there and try to regroup with everyone there.
So we'll cut over. Owen, you and Rosario, you guys would probably, I'd say you guys would catch up timing wise. It's going to be right around here ish. I did move you guys to the map, right? I just
Yes.
gotta double check that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys would meet up right around here. And you see Rosario. Rosario, you see Owen. What are you guys doing? And Irina.
I will slightly bow.
Good evening, Mr. Paladin. I do not recall your name.
I'm Owen. And he'll motion to Irina and he'll say, "This is Irina."
I'll bow slightly to her.
And
Being
she
kind of
gives
suspicious for some reason.
she gives a nod, and she's being polite as well.
I have been informed that our friends are planning something nefarious.
Nefarious, you say?
I
What are they
suggest
planning exactly?
I'm not entirely sure. I have put Kiki's hand into the bard's life. If anything happens to her, we will not have a bard. But I am entrusting the situation shall resolve itself. You should avoid that area for the time being.
Are you able to make it back to them quickly? We have a rather well-known and well-liked noble speaking on their behalf with the burgomaster right now as we speak. Them getting into trouble would just not look good on our part.
Oh, that most certainly will. How fast are you run? 30 feet. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's run as fast as we possibly can before they do something then.
Oh, and I'll take a look at Irina and say, I'm sorry, but we have to take care of this before they get into further trouble.
And she'll nod at you, and she'll just say, she'll just tell you she'll meet you up at the Blue Water Inn.
Perfect. Yeah, and Owen will start heading off towards the stockades.
Okay. So it's only gonna take you guys a couple minutes. You're not that far away. So you guys get to the stockades. Hella, everybody should be at the stockades at this point. What's going down?
I will go up and say, it's like, we may have some leverage, and I think it'd be best if now that Owen is here, hopefully he has some good news, and we can maybe see to it that we get you out of here earlier than your sentence.
That would be probably best, but if things go awry, I have a plan. I'd rather not do it, but I'd rather keep us safe.
Yes, please keep that plan for when things go awry.
Yes, my plan is definitely in. Oh shit, we're fucked.
Okay. Yes, good. Okay. From what Rosario passed on to me, I felt like you guys were just about to do it.
No. I'll wait until the last possible moment.
Yes. Do you remember Vasily von Holtz? He's currently at the Burgomaster's mansion attempting to get you out.
The good-looking dude?
I recall him, yes.
But,
hopefully he can speak on our behalf, and
he's going to do his best, and Irina has also agreed to speak on our behalf.
Are they aware I'm in here because I called Isaac a coward?
I did not pass that on, no.
Well, we'll see if he can help out, but that might complicate a few things.
Did you
Perhaps.
tell him about Isaac abandoning his post during the attack?
Vasily mentioned that he was nowhere to be found when the devil attacked. So, hopefully he passes that on towards the burgomaster.
Hope so.
To his credit, he did help us with the vampire spawn. But as the guard captain, I believe he should have done way more than that. Anyways, I should be heading to the Blue Water Inn. Irina shall be waiting there for us, and then we're heading to the burgomaster's mansion so that she can testify for us. And hopefully, Vasily von Holtz will have chatted with the burgomaster. And he'll look to Hella. Were you able to get anything from Madame Velasco?
Yeah, it's like I did get a note here with her signature on the items that she saw us possess.
Very good. Rosario, are you going to stay here with Kiki and the Bard, or are you going to go with us?
If they decide to do escape, I do not want to get in the way.
If the reason why I asked Rosario, she can stay for now, but I think if she sees trouble afoot, she shouldn't be in the. He shouldn't be in the area. Just so you all aren't implicated in our escape as well.
Very well then. I guess we make for the Blue Water Inn then. So sit tight and hopefully you'll be released.
Hopefully.
Okay,
There
so you
is
guys,
always Plan B.
Mhm.
I shift into a spider. I uncover the letter from he who shall not be named. I spider my way into. Well, do we know where Isaac lives? I don't know if we do. But I can plant the evidence on him, and then we can prove that he serves he who shall not be named.
Well, we can always do that after we get out of this. Otherwise, it'll just look like you escaped, and that doesn't look good on us either.
That's true. Well, best of luck. Hopefully it works.
Shall we get going?
yeah. So you guys set out to the Blue Water Inn. There's not going to be any difficulties en route there. You'll see Irina just sitting there. She's talking to Rictavio. He's telling her about some kind of story about a three-headed mushroom with a beautiful singing voice, and he's just like going on about this tale, and she's just listening. What do you guys want to do? You just picking her up and want to go to Burgomaster's, or are you guys looking to do anything different?
I mean, like, we could always, if there's time, we could go back to the gates and see if there's record of our registration. I know. What do you think, Owen?
I mean, it couldn't hurt to look. Owen just really wants to see his friends out of the stockade, so he just wants to go to the burgomaster's. But
The more information we have, the further we can put Isaac in an early grave, metaphorically or literally speaking.
If you need these weapons,
Probably.
it would be most wise.
well, I suppose that will allow Vasily von Holt to speak with the burgomaster for a little bit longer. So, yes, let's head to the gate and see if they have our paperwork.
All right.
So you guys head to the gate. You and Irina in tow. and they're just sitting there, kind of chatting. Whatever. It's kind of it's not a very exciting place. The guy at the table, the little registration table, kind of looks up at you. Yeah.
Do you keep copies of all registrations?
No.
Can I insight them?
Yeah. Yeah, he's telling you the truth. They don't keep copies.
Hmm. He's like, all kind of says like, fortunately for you, you're telling the truth. But maybe you could help us if you'd be willing. It seems some of us have been wronged, and some of our possessions have been stolen, and we have no claim to them. Do you remember the group that came in here right before this so-called devil came and attacked?
So, you start to notice guards are paying attention to you. They're looking at you, and the guy looks up at you and he says, "Are you telling me that you don't have your registration papers?"
I am just saying that, there may be some indiscrepancies with some, and we want to just make a simple comparison, that is all.
Produce your registration papers, and I'll compare right now.
So
And
you
you
do
see,
have them.
you see a happy. Well, he wants you to produce your papers, and you see a couple guards. There's not many of them. There's maybe 4 or 5 guards, standing nearby.
Okay. Hmm. And
Yeah,
I'll
fun
kind
game.
of reach around and say, it's like, how many guards are there?
4.
4?
Like there's 4 on the ground, standing like in the immediate area. If you were to look up in the what are they called, parapets or whatever, up on the upper area.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like a couple bowmen, but that's what's around.
Okay, let me see what I can do here. So is it 2 on the ground and then 2 up top?
So there's 4. There's 4 guards plus him behind the table, so that's 5 total. And then up above, there's 2 bowmen on the parapets, so there's gonna be 7 total.
Yeah. Hmm.
Owen's gonna place a hand on Helda's shoulder.
Okay.
Probably see that she's brewing something. And he'll say, "If you don't mind me saying, we were doing your jobs earlier, and unfortunately, the devil got the better of us. We were knocked unconscious, and when we awoke, we found our belongings stolen, everything, but the clothes that we wear on our back. Currently, the burgomaster himself is looking into the matter. So if you apprehend us, I think he's going to have some very unkind words for you."
Are you looking to intimidate or persuade?
How?
Were you looking to intimidate or persuade, Owen?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I put myself on push to talk. I said he's probably more doing persuasion. He's being matter-of-factly. He's not trying to yell down at him. He is being a little forceful, but I think it's still more persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
It's just gonna be
can I
DC 10.
assist? Okay.
Yeah. So he'll look at you and he'll say, "Roy, I remember you, and I remember you've been doing some good things for this town. I'm talking to the lady here. I don't recognize you. Haven't seen you around here, and I don't. And you saying you don't have your papers. You show them to me right now, or you're going in the stockades.
I am going to turn around to Owen, and I want to try and slide or give him the piece of paper that I got from Lady Blasio. Okay. Would I need a sleight of hand from that?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Pretty good. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just kind of really sneakily, sleight of hand, and you have this piece of paper, and they, are you giving him the piece of paper that Miss Belasco?
Yes.
That has her signature at the bottom.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Was there any other thing, like, are you minor illusioning it or anything like that, or are you just giving her the piece of paper that Miss Belasco gave you?
I am just gonna give him that, and I think that should be everything. And it's like, and I'm just gonna look at him, and it's like, just say it's okay, Owen. It's like, you get this rectified, and I kind of lean in. So he's like, if you don't, I can't guarantee that there won't be bloodshed.
So he looks at it, and he's like, he starts reading the names, and he's like, Miss Belasco seems to be. She has information for Owen, for Kiki. Flip, he's kind of looking through. Lists off everybody in the party except for Hella and Rosario.
Yeah.
And I believe only Hella is there, right? Rosario's not around?
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Okay. So he's like, what's your name?
I say Hella, if you really must know.
See a Hella here. And he gestures to
Hey,
the
Dark
guards, and they put their hands
Sorry.
on their swords.
I didn't see your message.
He says, where's your papers?
Unfortunately, prior to earlier today, I have no recollection of how I got here other than I just showed up. So I guess in a matter of speaking, I don't have any papers.
Arrest her. So are you resisting arrest, or are you going with it?
I will kind of put my hands out and just say it's like, well, I guess this is the first time I've been in cuffs, so.
Okay. Okay. So you're going willingly?
Yes, I'm going to go willingly.
Okay.
I kind of want to make this look as make this go as easily as possible and make it look like we're at least cooperating to our fullest extent.
Yeah, so they just start kind of patting you down, looking for anything. They'll take you, they'll take your arcane focus. They'll take anything other than your clothes. Right.
My arcane focus is actually an extra dimensional space.
Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, anything that you have on your person, they would take off. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's a hexblade, so hexblades summon their weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they're going to take you over to the stockades. A couple minutes later, the Bard and Kiki, you guys are going to see him. But Owen and... Actually, I guess it's just Owen and... What you doing, Owen?
Kind of sarcastically, Owen will say, keep up the due diligence, men. Keep at it. And I guess with Irina in tow, Ed starts making his way towards the Burgomasters.
Alrighty. So, are you swinging by the stockades? So I imagine you're kind of following with him to the stockades, and everybody's going to meet up for just a second at the stockades first, or do you want to just? I can't really see chat while doing it to the Burgomasters.
Oh, it looks like the Burgomasters. Yeah, Owen will head towards the stockades.
But I'm doing pretty good.
It looks like the Burgomasters is on the way.
I'm still... So. My character's in the stocks again.
Okay, so you guys get to the stockades, and Kiki and the Bard, and you guys see your friend Hella get put into her own stockade.
Even though the Bard's not supposed to speak, he's just going to look around and go, "Son of a bitch."
I'm gonna say, well, that's not good inside both of our heads.
Okay.
I'll look at Kiki and in her head go, I think I could still make this work. It'll be a little trickier, but I could do it. As
Yeah.
long as nobody else gets caught.
I'll just look at the bard and Kiki. It's like, don't worry about me. If anything, I'll be helping you guys escape.
We'll see.
Okay, so Owen, anything else you wanted to do here before you head over to the Burgomaster's mansion?
He's just making sure that Hela isn't taken away somewhere else, but once he sees that she's locked in a stockade and not taken to some hidden underground bunker,
You have a good one, Dark Wolf.
Owen will kind of look to them and he'll say, before we get into any more shenanigans, I suppose I shall head to the Burgomaster's, see if I can't right these wrongs. You all sit tight. Rosario, you best stay here too. I don't want the same thing happening.
So it's just going to be Owen and Irina heading out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's take. I need a bio break real quick. Can we take a quick 5-minute break?
Yeah, I'm down with that. I've been drinking a ton of coffee, so.
Of course. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Be right back.
I'm just
AFK second.
I'm back, but I have returned.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm back as well.
I never left. Oh, just kidding.
Hmm.
Well,
Kiki.
guys,
Nice gif.
we're at, oh, thanks. We're at 3 out of 5, so I don't think this is going so well.
Ah, yes.
So funny. So true. It's gonna be you guys just like running out of Valaki in your underwear because that's all you got.
I won't have to run. I'll
Flying out?
stroll out. They won't see me.
Ah,
I really am seriously regretting not knowing that I didn't need the focus to shapeshift because I totally would. I would have said, "Give me my belt," and then like turned into a grasshopper or something and jumped away. Then I would have been super powerful. Like,
totally would have
missed
rolled with
opportunity.
it. That would have been that because that I would not. I did not think of that type of reaction. So for sure, that would have been a dope response. Then you just grasshopper away.
See you, bitches.
And then the bard escape. Well, it'd still be tricky, but I think I can do it. Right now, my plan's all about Kiki breaking the stocks, though.
Yeah, turn into a bear or something and bust my way out.
Was everybody back or? Not sure
So if I
we were
picked up
missing.
anything, it becomes invisible too, then, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So you're gonna see if you can't carry Hella and Kiki.
Well, no,
just, like,
I don't
pick
think
'em-
carrying a person technically counts. Although I think maybe if Kiki's tiny and in my pocket, I agree. But my thing is well, I know our shit gets taken to the Burgermeister's house. I know where I'm walking. And start searching the house and grabbing all much shit as I can find in there because I know at least Kiki's new totem's there and my guitar pick. And if I
Yep.
find anything else, well, I'll pick that up as well.
I'm a little nervous right now for reasons I won't say though.
Sorry, I just got back. What happened?
Nothing yet.
Did you guys escape?
No.
Oh.
Listen, I'm nervous too. That's why I came up and escaped.
Curious.
Which just threw a monkey wrench with hella fucking stock.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. No minor illusion.
I just found the best image on the internet. I'm gonna put it in Discord. Hold on. That is our group soon.
I am
Minor illusion would be great to just be like conjure up a thing. Look, here's my thing. Oh, give it to me to read. Nope, because if I lose it, my shit's gone. You can read it from there.
The thing is, I don't have
I know
minor
you don't.
illusion.
Well, I don't know you don't, but I think if you
Yeah.
did, you would have just conjured something.
Yeah. Made it look like a registration paper or something. But all right, now I have to click this. What is it? Yeah, exactly.
I have a really clever plan how to get us out of here. But
Did not mean to click that. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, I do have a plan, and part of the plan I would tell you, leave town, meet us on the outside while we go do something else. Just in case I have to recast the spell, I can't do it again at that level.
yeah. I would need to cast 2 spells to pull mine off.
Oh, I'll be casting 2 spells too, but I could recast one of those spells at 2nd level most of the time. But because you're an extra target, I have to cast it at 3rd, and I can only do that once. Because the other spell I have to cast
Wow.
is a 3rd level spell.
If
See, I
need
could
be,
do it with 2 first level spells.
Why is it split?
Why is what split?
It's actually, it rolls twice. That way you can, it's if you have advantage or disadvantage, I can decide those things. And you don't have to re-roll. It's really good to roll it like that.
Okay. I don't know why it's doing that, but okay.
Oh, you want me to have it always roll twice then?
Oh, it's rolling with disadvantage. Hold on a second. Oh, because of Rose being affected by the pies. Okay, give me a second.
It would advantage or not, like it just means I would just take the first number. Is also it's going to end up because it
But the
just
first
rolls
number-
twice.
So
Yeah,
the,
the
first
first-
number is... Sorry.
It's always the normal roll. Disadvantage just means that it's going to choose the lower of the two, and advantage means it's going to choose the higher of the two. But by default, you just choose whatever the first roll is when it rolls like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but the first roll is disadvantage.
Yeah, no.
No,
So
that-
that's why it rolled twice. But if it would have rolled 16 and 5 in that order, he would take the 16 because it's not a disadvantage.
Right.
But because 5 rolled first, he's still going to take the 5 no matter what, even if he's not taking advantage or disadvantage.
So the
Yeah.
5 is not disadvantage, then the 16 is disadvantage?
Because, hang on.
No.
Because it was set to roll with disadvantage.
Right. That just means it's going to choose the
But
lower
see,
number
like,
for you.
in this one, I rolled with advantage. But it's picking the 19, but the 13 was rolled first, even though... So
now I understand.
he's picking whatever
Okay,
number
okay,
you
okay.
rolled first.
Okay, I understand. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't rolling the... Never mind. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's good to check. Okay, for you, Rose, or Rosario. Here, I'll message you what happens there.
Okay.
Why'd I waste a decent intimidation roll? I don't intimidate that.
That's yours?
Yeah, just
There's mine.
wait. I'm more gonna be deception and persuasion. Okay? I don't intimidate. I talk my way out of shit.
How many guards are standing there? Out of curiosity.
About a dozen around this main area.
But it doesn't? Okay, my plan won't work.
Then we'll go with my plan.
Okay, Owen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let me move you over. Grab Owen's face and bring him over to the Burgomaster's mansion.
All of my spells on my character sheet got wiped, so I have to re-add them again.
They did?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It also was saying that my hit dice was a D4. I don't know what happened to my character sheet since last time we played, but I got to go back and fix all
That's
this.
really weird.
It's way weird.
Mine wouldn't even load. So something's going on with the D&D website.
He's not in D&D Beyond. He does his in Roll20.
Oh. He's the old style. I still don't get roll 20.
Weird. Okay. Well, do you need a minute for that, Owen, or do you feel like you can proceed?
I think I'm good.
Okay. So you'll get to the burgomaster's mansion with Irina, and Irina actually steps ahead and she knocks on the door, and when the servant answers, she says, "I am Irina Indirovich, daughter of the late burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich. I demand to speak with Vargas Falakovich immediately." And they escort you guys in. Now bring in. They escort you guys in, and the what are they called? The servant is just like, "One moment," and she goes up the stairs. And it's gonna be a minute. Is there anything you wanted to do while you're waiting?
Do.
I
There's
don't really think so. Besides maybe look around kind of this waiting area. What are all these things that is kind of scattered on the floor here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just bundles of twigs and stuff. They're heaped all over the place. But one thing you do notice that you certainly would care about is that in this room, there on a mantelpiece against the wall, you see that very familiar looking mace.
Yeah, Owen remembers, and he's taking sideward glances at it and kind of clenching his fists. And he'll tap Irina's like arm and point into the room and at the mace.
And she looks at it and she looks like yours, is it not? And she like kind of looks you up and down and and she kind of nods in acknowledgement.
Owen will just kind of give her that like knowing nod. He's kind of boiling inside, so he's kind of finding it hard to find words.
Okay. So about, not too long has gone by, and that servant comes back down, and she says, "The burgomaster is meeting with Vasily von Holtz as we speak. He has invited you to come forth," and she escorts you upstairs. And as you guys are as you go up the stairs and you're kind of walking down the hallway towards the room, you're hearing Vasily saying, "I vouch for their honor. And this belt upon Isaac's waist, I swore I saw it on the little one, that Kiki." And he's like, you can hear him clearly, advocating for you guys to Vargas, and Vargas is
From
like,
the stocks you hear, yeah, it is.
he's just like, "Well, we are a town of laws, and we require proof, Vasily, no matter what your station is." And it's about that point that you guys enter into the room. What are you saying or doing?
Owen would give like a very deep bow to the burgomaster, and he'll say, "Pardon us for intruding, burgomaster."
Yes.
Well,
I've brought the sister of the current burgomaster of the village of Barovia here to speak on our behalf. And I also have a note from the orphanage runner, Madame Velasco.
And Isaac comes over and he grabs the note from you and hands it to Vargas. And Irina, about this point, will speak up, and she's like, "Vargas, these people have fought for this town. They've sacrificed some of their compatriots to that beast. And they have been robbed. The townsfolk here owe them a debt of gratitude. You owe them a debt of gratitude. And Vasili's like, I agree. This is something we cannot stand for, Vargas. And Izek is like, that bard. He has been guilty of malicious unhappiness more than once. Yes, this I have heard of. In some kind of strange battle of words with the other bard, as though the two were children fighting in the streets. And Vasily, he just kind of shakes his head and he's like, it was a harmless battle of wits. This is not a situation that needs to be blown out of order. And Izek's like, I can't even say what a straight face. Goddamn.
Coward.
The bard. I'm trying to have Izek talk about what the bard did, and I'm like imagining he's like, he farted on me and my men. It's just like, anyway, I'm sorry, composure. So Izek he's just like, yeah. Like, he was screaming in the streets as I attempted to take him to the stockades, and that other one, the witch, she told me to give her this belt, attempted to steal it from me. She stole it from you, Izek? I don't. And he's like, she used magic, sir. And you are easily beset upon by this magic, Izek? The captain of the guard should be more resilient than a little girl telling him what to do, don't you think? If you weren't a nobleman, Vasily. And Vargas says, he's kind of raises his hand. He's like, now, Izek. Look, Owen, this is a difficult situation, as you can understand. The laws are the laws, and that bard has been guilty of malicious unhappiness more than once.
Yes, Burgomaster, I understand.
And Vasily's like, Vargas, they're not from here. They're new, and they risked their lives to face the devil. I will pay their fines for them, if you will but let them go. I'm afraid it's not that easy, Vasily, as I keep telling you. Your money is not good enough, at least not for that bard. I'm willing to allow you to pay for Kiki. And are you gonna say anything about Hela, Owen?
Yes, he'll say, I'm sorry, Burgomaster. Another friend of ours. I don't understand the situation myself, but they were brought here to Valaki, to this wonderful town of Valaki. And they're not sure how, but they, too, despise the devil and are aiding us. They haven't had a chance to get registered and such, and unfortunately she was apprehended by the guards and is currently in the stockades. She did not put up a fight. She went willingly. You can ask around, but we too wish that her pleas also be reviewed.
Just check your... Okay. So you see Vasily at this point, he says, well, excuse me. I may be of assistance in this matter, Owen. You see, and he pulls out from behind him this piece of paper and kind of gives it a little shake and hands it to Vargas, and he says, you see, I saw the The registration papers for Hela simply fell off of her person. I met them earlier. A wonderful person. I tried to catch up with them, but unfortunately I was delayed. So this really has been a misunderstanding, Vargas. And he's looking at this piece of paper. He's like, well, it does appear that everything is in order for Hela. So I suppose we can allow her to go. What was her infraction? She simply did not have the papers, you say?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, the fine for that is only 1 gold piece. And Vasily pulls out a gold, and he kind of puts it on the table. He's like, and Izek goes, Sir, that bard. He must be used in the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Yes, I agree. An example must be made.
But Isaac's a thief. Example must be made.
And Vasily's just like, he looks back at you, Owen, and he kind of gives you this look, pretty clear of like, I don't think we're going to be able to get the bard out, but we have the other two. Maybe we just we take what we can get and go type thing.
Mhm.
Are you?
Owen will hearing this will say, I suppose that sounds at least rather fair. I just ask that whatever example you're planning, please take into consideration that he did fight the devil on behalf of Valaki when deciding how to make an example of him.
Yes. Izek, where did you get that belt anyway?
Burgomaster, I apologize again for interrupting. You see, I am a paladin, and my holy powers allow me to sort out these questions. And with your permission, I wish to cast a spell. It is a spell that allows those within to be unable to tell lies. And if you allow me to cast it, I'm sure it will be much easier for you to question your guard captain here.
Give me persuasion. It's just gonna be DC 10.
Hells yeah.
The bard, so excited.
Zone of truth.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, what does it look like when you cast this? You're having kind of a heroic moment here. This is going to be a good move. So, what does it look like when you cast your Zone of Truth?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe the kind of the light in the room will kind of dim to like a glistening gold color, and these kind of spectral golden leaves are just kind of flittering about the room.
I like it.
But he'll turn to Izek, maybe slightly raise his nose up, kind of squint his eyes a little bit, and he'll say, Guard Captain, it would be much appreciative if you would comply. I will know if you resist. There he goes, resetting my thing. So it's a spell save. I think it's a wisdom. DC 16.
DC 16? Okay. You can sense him resisting, right? Or is it just if he resisted?
You know if they succeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you know that it worked on him.
And he'll eye him for a second and then slowly turn his head over to the Burgomaster and say, Burgomaster, he is under the spell. You may ask your questions.
Burgomaster's also under the spell. And anybody else in the room.
Yeah. You would know then, Owen, that Vasily resisted.
Okay.
Vargas did not. So Vargas and Izek are having to tell the truth.
Okay. Yeah. And Owen's not too worried about Vasily.
Okay.
Are you evil?
So Vargas, he says, Izek, tell me, where did you get that belt? And he looks and he says, I took it off her body. You took the belt off of Kiki's body, Izek? I thought she was dead, sir. Didn't you check? No. Why not, Izek? I didn't care, sir. It looked impressive. Izek, this is most distressing. And he, the burgomaster kind of gestures to a couple guards that are standing out here. And he says, Izek, we must have a conversation in private. You have created quite the problem. And Vasily says, Vargas, the laws of Veliky must be upheld by all, yes? Yes. Well then, it is a simple matter. Izek has stolen from a non-citizen of Veliky, it is true, so the punishment is not as severe. But it is pretty straightforward. He has confessed. I suppose. Izek, you're going to follow the laws, yes, as captain of the guard? And he just kind of starts growling. And I have to go remind myself what it is. I'm looking through the notes real fast, this huge document. I feel like she has to pay money is what I think it was, but I'm just double checking so I don't screw you guys.
Owen will kind of also pipe up and he'll say, there were other belongings, not just the belt, Burgomaster. The list that Madame Belasco that I've handed to you lists a couple of things, and Miss Irina here can also list some of our belongings that have been lifted off of us. We just wish to know where these items went and to have them safely returned to us. That's all we're asking.
Sorry, one more thing. Okay. So he looks at this, and as you're listing off, or Irina lists off the different items and whatnot, and some of the things like the loot and whatnot. Izek is gonna. It's like, I took nothing like that, and whatnot. He simply says, I only took the belt and that mace, sir. Izek, you have dragged me into a crime, and you will be punished. I sentence you to 6 days in the stockades, and you will be humiliated before the masses tomorrow at the festival of the blazing sun. And you can tell that Vargas, as he's saying this, he's not happy that he's having to say it, but he has to say it.
Oh, he could talk around it. He doesn't have to.
I mean, yeah. Vargas is mad that Izek. First of all, Izek's not wise enough to talk around it. And Vargas, he's just upset that his captain of the guard has confessed to everything, and so what I'm saying is like, oh, and you're seeing visibly like he did not want. Obviously, he was going to try and find a way to, slippery slide Izek away from this.
There's too many witnesses now.
Yeah, and Vasily sitting here holding him to the fire and everything. So, anyway, yeah. So Vargas is like, "Gods, arrest Izek." And Izek, If he kind of takes he looks like he's debating fighting, but he decides against it. And they take the belt from him and they hand it to Owen. And Vargas says, Paladin, your mace is on my mantelpiece downstairs. I apologize for any troubles that Isaac caused you. So he, they just take the axe away from Isaac and everything, and they put him in irons and whatnot, and they start to haul him off towards the stockades. Anything else you?
Owen will kind of give like a small bow, and he says, "By the gracious Burgomaster, all has been made well."
Is well. And I will expect to see you at the festival tomorrow, Owen.
I shall be there, Burgomaster. I'm quite excited. And if you need my assistance for anything, please feel free to reach out.
And he just nods at you, and Vasily is like, "Well, that is all I have, Vargas. Good day to you." And he turns to you, Owen, and he goes to leave. Are you following?
Yeah, and he'll give one more like bow to the Burgomaster.
Okay, on the way out, on the way out, Vasily just says to you, "Owen, please, you must invite Irina to dinner tonight. I have not seen such a lovely rose amongst all these thorns in so many years. It would be an honor to host her as well." And he's like looking at her the entire time he's talking to you.
Yeah, he'll look to Irina and he'll says, "Well, Irina, what do you say?" And he was kind enough to vouch for us.
Yes, I would love to come to Vasily's home and have dinner with you. That would be most fantastic.
Wonderful. Then my friends and I can thank you all profusely this evening for both of your help in this tricky situation.
Of course, my friend. He says, "But as usual, I have much to attend to. If you will excuse me." And then he looks at Irina again, gives her a little kiss on the hand, and politely leaves. Okay, where do you want to go next? You have your mace, by the way, Owen. You have your mace, and you have Kiki's belt in tow. Are you going back to the stockades?
Yeah, you'll head that way.
Okay. So you get to the stockades. Everybody, you see Isaac coming, just in regular old clothes, and they put him over on this in some stockades that are a little bit bigger, a little bit more,
a little chunkier,
more tough, And they put like this really uncomfortable looking, it's kind of like a glove thing that wraps around his knuckles.
Okay.
And whatnot, and it just, it looks pretty uncomfortable, and it's holding his fingers back in a really nasty way. And then
oh my god, please put the donkey hat on him.
They start to put a donkey hat on him, and they start to actually make him look like a donkey. Like they're going full-fledged, just decking him out in looking like a mule up there.
Looking at Kiki, I will just be like, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen."
He just looked. And at the same time that they're doing all this, you guys have been let free, so you are out of you're out of the stocks.
Wait, am I?
Yeah, sorry, not
yeah,
you.
I was like, I don't think I am.
Sorry.
Hella and Kiki, right?
Correct. That's what I meant by you guys.
He did say all, so you're free.
Whoa, so they let me out on accident. What? Yeah, no. Kiki and Hella, you are let free.
Okay.
So, what are you all doing at this point?
First, stretching. Second, I'm just gonna say words into Isaac's mind. Karma's a bitch.
And so am I.
You will hear him reply in your mind.
This was just a one-way conversation. Sorry, I should have been more quick.
Is it one way? I think when you do telepathy, it opens a two-way chat.
Probably, but I'm just not gonna listen to anything he's saying. Ooh!
So, what else are you guys doing?
I'm gonna kind of Kiki stretch and kind of limber up a little bit after even though I was in there for a brief amount of time. And I will just look at the bard and he's like, "Don't worry, we will get you out soon."
I will whisper to Hella, thinking, taking stock of what we have, and the way she's spoken. The only thing I can't do in my plan is get out of the stocks. If you can figure a way to break them from a distance, if need be, I can get out just fine.
And he's like, "Breaking it from a distance? That sounds relatively easy."
Just so you're not seen afterwards. And I'll leave it at that.
I'll just ask, so what happened?
Would have Owen arrived kind of with the guards?
Yeah, it'd be about pretty much the same time. So you're right there.
Okay. Well, I did speak with the burgomaster, and he was quite gracious. And Owen will turn to the bard. He says, Vasily, Irina, and I, we tried our best, but they believe that they should use you as an example to the town. They're not sure exactly what, but I've pleaded that they treat you as kindly as they can, since you did fight the devil on their behalf. So, perhaps I'll see you afterwards, but for now, my friend, I think you're going to have to sit tight.
I'll wait to see what they intend, and if things go awry, I have my ways.
So, did we get our things back?
Oh, yes, I managed to get your belt back at least. Here, you can have it back. And I
Thank you.
was able to get my mace as well, but these were the only two things that he had taken.
Rosario is currently in possession of my loot. Rictavio had it. He did tell me to meet him at the Blue Water Inn. Maybe he can enlighten you guys a little bit more.
Yes, maybe he heard or saw what happened after what is said and done. Would the guards that escorted Isaac be around?
Yes.
Okay. He'll actually suddenly remember something, and he'll kind of approach them, and he'll say, "I do apologize with kind of the excitement of the business with the burgomaster. I did forget to ask him with the scuffle at the church not long ago. Poor Yeska is doing the work at the church by himself, and he is but a young lad. If you could you plead, or at least pass a message to the burgomaster asking that he gets some assistance, anything, a couple more hands would be great."
He nods. He just gives you a nod.
So, putting my belt back on, can I say break the lock on the bard's stock thingy without anyone noticing?
You'll have to reattune to it, so it'll take an hour to do that.
Doesn't
Ooh. Break the lock, but make it look like it's not broken? Ooh, I like it. I like it. But yeah, won't happen yet.
I just need 1 hour.
Okay, so what does everybody want to do at this point? Just as a reminder, you guys did have the books from that you found, that one book especially from Milivo, the Not Everyone is Brave, that Miss Belasco asked you to return to Lady Wachter. Rictavio has the loot. So there's a few things you guys can do, but what would you like to do?
Rosario has the loot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Rosario does. That's sorry. You're
I
right.
think I did give Lady Walker her book back because at the
Yeah,
end
she
of
did, yeah.
visiting her, I said, "Oh, by the way, they had this at the orphanage."
Okay.
Yeah, it was. She did give it back. I do remember that.
Oh, yes, another thing I forgot to mention was we've all been invited to dinner with Vasily von Holtz this evening. And I would like to ask that when we meet with him, you guys all thank him quite profusely. He did fight quite adamantly on our behalf. And I think he was a majority of the reason why at least most of us were released.
I will do. I think that'll be the least that I could do for him.
I agree.
Yes, he also said that he had your registration paperwork, Hella.
Interesting.
And perhaps he has Rosario's as well. I forgot to ask him. It got a little heated in there for a little while.
Yeah, and he okay. Never mind. I was gonna clarify that he didn't. I mean, like he never gave you the papers.
Right,
think,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And I just mentioned that he had them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe should we head to the inn and see if we could figure out where some more of your equipment is?
Yes, I think that would be wonderful. We do have to be careful since you and Rosario are without registration. But let's just try to keep our nose out of trouble for now, at least. He'll also kind of look at the bard when he says that.
How far away from Isaac am I?
Let's say 20 feet.
Huh. I'll leave it alone right now. But he's restrained, right?
He's restrained. He even has that in his demon hand. He has a knuckle.
I could
thing.
slowly kill him right now.
Oh my god. Invisibly so that no one sees it?
I'm just singing and he's taking psychic damage.
Oh my gosh, your voice, it hurt.
I just keep doing vicious mockery. All I'm doing is throwing insults at him and he takes damage.
You can. I that is kind of awesome actually. Are you?
I'm
It is I will say this. It is an issue of morality on that one because you would be killing
right. So
someone who's helpless.
I'm not going to say I'm going to kill him, but I am going to do it once to see how everyone reacts. And what I'm
But the question is, would they know that you're actually doing it if you're casting a spell or not?
It's just a verbal component. I'm not doing anything other than no hand signs, no nothing. I'm just insulting him.
It's just
true.
words.
I don't think we'd know.
And in which case, I will look at Isaac
so excited.
and say, Isaac has no balls when it comes to the devil and his thralls, and he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. He takes 6 psychic damage. And that's the only time I'm going to do it to him.
You see him like he just kind of like shakes violently in his stockades, and he's like, "Ah, your voice is terrible," and he's just, ah, and he's like suffering over there.
I feel a little bit
The
better
bard.
about that. Don't worry, I'll finish it there. I just had to get that one out.
Yes. As much as
Yes, when
I agree, please let's keep the trouble to the minimum. I don't wish to have to put any more work than I'm already
No,
doing to get you all
I
free.
agree. No more malicious unhappiness. Although I will say that's made me quite happy to say.
All right.
But
well,
I will end it there. I still have my oh shit strategy. Because I don't like the idea of them making an example of me.
So around this time, you're actually going to see Ernst, the man with the turban. You see him. He approaches you guys, and he has in his and he walks up to you guys. To you is he kind of goes straight to you, Owen, actually, and he says, "Lady Wachter wishes to see you. At your earliest convenience, of course. She sends this as a sign of good faith." And he hands you a ring.
yeah, Owen will take it, kind of look at him, and says, about what time is it right now in the day?"
I'd say it's like 1, 2-ish o'clock in the
Okay,
afternoon.
so we still at least have a couple of hours.
I'll cast Detect Magic as he hands it over.
And you do detect said magic.
Another little trick I picked up as I realized I wasn't really using the spell. If the guards don't mind me holding that for a second, I could tell you exactly what that is.
And the guards just kind of shrug.
I'll hold it and just give it
Um,
back to him. And if Owen will give it to me, I'll take a minute and cast Identify on it.
Yeah, so you will you identify it, and it is a ring of spell storing.
Oh, it's my ring, or former ring.
I will look at Kiki, like letting her know I want to have a conversation without doing so. Like without flat out saying it. And once dialogue opens, I'll be wary of this one. Either this is a copy, or somehow they got a hold of Rose's ring. I don't trust that woman as far as I can throw her.
I agree, which I'll say telepathically.
May want to relay the message
Something
to the group
seems
that
off.
this is most likely Rose's ring.
Yes, I will relay this message. So all of you in your mind, well, probably Owen, really, because he's the only one who knows. I'll say something's amiss, basically.
Owen will just kind of nod in recognition.
How did they get it?
He'll turn to the messenger and say, "We'll be there as soon as we can."
So Ernst just nods, and he heads back to her place.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, what else would you guys like to do?
I'm just gonna start singing, but not causing any damage. And I'm not even really singing about Isaac. I'm just gonna start singing because I'm bored.
I think going seeing Rotavio might prove some insight on the way to the inn, and then go see Lady Walkner.
Do either of you know where Lady Wachter resides?
I think if I remember correctly, it's this house here.
Kiki would know. Kiki was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think Hella was there.
No, yeah, that's out of character though. But yeah, I think if I remember correctly, that was the house.
But yeah, Kiki would know where it's at.
Okay.
Very well. Let's go find this Rictavio. See if he has seen or heard anything. And then off to Lady Wachter. I must say, speaking to such high names in one day is rather tiring. I do miss the arena. Don't really have to talk to anyone there. Don't have to be presentable. Wear the most formal attire is your opponent's blood. I must say,
Life of Gladiator sounds glorious.
It is quite, and I miss it. And I must say, dealing with high nobility face to face is quite tiring. Entertaining them is one thing, but speaking to them and being on my best manners, I fear I'm at my breaking point. Anyways, the Bard, you just sit tight, you play nice, and we shall return. Hopefully with good news.
Yes. Well, I'll just keep Isaac entertained for a little bit.
That's gonna give everybody warm fuzzies.
No, I'm just singing without doing anything and without actually singing anything about him. I'm just because now he finds my voice grating, and that's pleasure enough for me.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the Blue Water Inn, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Owen would have turned to Irina and been like, if you need to do anything to prepare for the dinner this evening, you can go ahead and do that. My friends and I have a couple of things to handle.
Yes, of course. I must look my best for Vasily. Oh, he is so dashing, isn't he? And then she goes off to get ready.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Real quick. So, Kiki, are you asking that question that you just posed to me?
Telepathically.
Okay. It's just gonna be faster if I just say it. He'll reply to you, and he'll just say, "She is an enemy of Vargas. It does not surprise me in the least that you and your ilk would seek her out." Anything else you want to do, Kiki?
Yeah, I don't trust Vasily. I don't know why. I don't.
Kiki? If you're talking, you're muted.
No, I was typing.
Oh, okay.
The bards, recalling how him and Kiki were singing the other day, is just going, "I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts."
Okay. You're not typing to me, though, right, Kiki, or are you?
I am typing to you. That's why I was in the middle of typing. That's why I couldn't do it.
So he'll simply reply, "Sure. Whatever you say." You can just, I mean, I think everybody here is pretty good at not doing the metagame. I think it should just be faster if you just say it out loud and if you're continuing to reply.
Okay, I'll just ask him what does he know of her and why is she after Vargas?
Why do any seek power? Great houses always vie for dominance.
I'll just say he seems reasonable. Why is he so loyal to the burgomaster if he doesn't protect his people?
And he doesn't say anything. He doesn't reply to you. A thought just occurred to me.
What?
Is it the thought that I think?
Let me roll a thing real quick. I'm going to say, let's see, I'm going to say, actually, it's a guarantee. Okay. That's a miss on my part, but we can adjust.
Okay.
So, what I will do here is, Kiki, what he'll say to you is he's going to say,
Who was that woman you were with?
I'll say that's Irina. Why? We're here to help her.
Break me free from these stockades, and I will serve her. I will protect her.
Why should I trust that, especially after what you've done to us?
You are the one reaching into my mind.
Yeah, good point. But how can I guarantee that you would help us and not hurt us again?
But
Well,
Irina, if that is her real name, is the
What?
actually, give me a persuasion check. So he just, with that, he just says,
you should go to my room at the Burgomaster's mansion. I think
Whoa.
all will be clear if you go and see for yourself.
I don't know how exactly I would do that since the burgomaster's never actually met me. You know, I was stuck here. So how else would I do that?
Is your problem. Maybe you can use those words of yours.
and you just remember being able to tell him, give me the belt, and he gave him to you, like whatever, right?
Well, I can try
Okay.
to help you, but you have to promise that you will not hurt any of my buddies.
I will not.
You will not promise? Then how am I supposed to set you free?
Irina is all I wish to protect.
Well, she's kind of on our side, so.
And you have nothing to fear.
Package deal kind of thing. What does the burgomaster plan to do with our friend?
You're asking about the bard?
Yep.
So with that, he like looks at you and well, you can't really see his face, but you
The
just
dog-
you see this
This is
you see
donkey
this
look at you.
mule. You see this donkey head look at you, and he says to you,
You will find out at the festival tomorrow night.
Hmm. Okay, I'll take your word on that. So, where is your bedroom again?
and he doesn't reply. He just, he's told you enough that it was at the Burgomaster's mansion. He just doesn't say anything anymore.
Good chat. Thanks. And this probably looks really weird to everybody else because I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, the Bart's still singing.
Okay, so, are you heading out to the Blue Water Inn with everyone else now, Kiki?
Yeah, I guess I would have been trailing a little behind. I'll try to catch up to them then. I'll just stay in the bard's mind. I'll try to do what I can to save you.
I know.
So you guys head to the Blue Water Inn. Let me get some stuff changed about. So we'll put you guys, Kiki, Hella, Owen, and Rosario, and then Bard, just so that you're, not staring at a wall. You can. Okay, so
I got no sight.
no visibility.
No.
Yeah, it's so black.
All part of the plan. I want you guys seeing things. Yep, there we go. Does that work for you guys?
I see things.
Yeah.
Although, I don't see my token, but I see things lit up.
You don't see your token right here?
No, I see the fog of war. Like, I'm seeing everyone else's vision, but not mine.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new dynamic
Oh.
lighting was acting up for me the other night too.
Here, you
Must
didn't.
be
You're-
having
you're-
patch updates.
is
I-
that
Very
better?
loud.
Yeah, apparently, apparently the Bard's token didn't have light or vision. Excuse me. Okay, so you guys arrive. Let
not
me
here.
get you a description. Okay, so gray smoke issues from a chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall.
Well, shall we go in? And I'll kind of start making my way towards the door.
This is the Blue Water Inn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got a lovely bunch of coconuts. The only thing popping in my head.
Okay, so you guys come inside here, and damp cloaks hang from pegs Damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques.
This is my kind of place.
I will go up to the barkeep and ask if someone named Rotavio has come in here.
And she looks at you and she says, "Oh, Octavio, yes. He's up in his room. Would you like me to get him?"
Yes, please.
And she gestures for you guys to just take a seat, and she'll go up and get him.
Yeah, right.
So off she goes walking. Are you guys doing anything while you're waiting?
Okay.
I've got a lovely
I need to try to attune my belt over again.
There they are standing in a row.
Anyone else doing anything?
I am gonna take.
You already know what
seat.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah, Owen would be also trying to reattune himself.
I'm not there.
A minute goes by, and she comes back with Rictavio, and Rictavio's like, "Oh, hello, my friends. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I was just collecting my things," and sure enough, he's like, he's kind of dragging this trunk out the door, and he's like, "Could one of you help me, please?"
Of course, yes. And Owen will get up to help.
Okay. So he just kind of he's walking you outside towards his wagon, carrying the trunk. I'm assuming everybody else is following, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys looking to do something else?
I'll maybe question him. What all is in the trunk?
Just my underwear stuff. Do you want to see it?
Sorry, what was it? You broke up there for a second.
Just my underwear. It's got some stains on it. I apologize, but I'm happy to show you if you wish.
I'm good, thanks.
Could I insight him that just to make sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to make sure he's not trying to get away with anything else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you can tell that he's just being a bit of a smart ass, and I mean, you're sure that there's other personal belongings in there, but he just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to tell you.
Right.
And he says to you guys, he says, "Things are getting a little heated here in Valky." And about this point, by the way, I should move you guys, huh? Probably should move the Rictavio token.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Rictavio. Go ahead and come outside, guys. You guys would essentially, he's basically like taking you down this way, right? And then you're like kind of going back along to the back area. And about this point, as you guys are kind of carrying the trunk with him, he's saying to you, he's just like, "Things are getting a little hectic here in Valky. It's not good business for a bard like me. Maybe your friend, a little more rugged. But I have to get back to safer places." And he just keeps pulling the trunk.
Excuse me, sir. What do they do to people in Festival of the I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Yes. How do they make an example of someone in these festivals?
It varies from festival to festival, but in this particular one, it is rumored that they are going to draw and quarter one of the people in the stockades. Another, they will set them on fire. There's all kinds of horrible things.
What
It is a
exactly constitutes as malicious unhappiness? I'm just curious if that's, what they do to people. And in
really
everyone's mind, I'll say, shit, we really need to save the bard.
really it is malicious unhappiness is a very broad definition. You have seen their laws, yes?
Yeah, but nothing
On the list.
constitutes death.
Yes, they list a few things, but they don't list very many things. And as you guys continue to round the corner, like he's essentially kind of come back here. It's essentially his wagon's like tucked away back up here. You guys would see a wagon up here, and that's where he's going. And as you guys get up to that general area, his disposition kind of changes to you, and he says to you, "My friends, I believe I can trust you. My name is not Rictavio. I am Rudolf van Richten, doctor, if you please. I hunt vampires."
Van Helsing.
You're the greatest person. I mean, that's great news.
What?
I said, then you're the greatest person. That's great news.
Oh. Yes. Your arrival is fortunate. A bit untimely. But I think that I could use you in my endeavors. I am setting out to my tower that is out to the west. When you have resolved some more matters here at Valky, it would behoove if we had more conversation.
How long have you been here? What information can you give us?
He's loading it up. He's loading up his final trunk into the carnival wagon and whatnot. I have been in Barovia for many years. I came here seeking the Devil Strahd. I have seen many adventurers. I have seen many adventurers come and go.
Ooh.
I will be honest with you, my friends. I do not have high hopes for you. But I believe that your hearts are in the right place.
Get my notes. Come on.
So Kiki, did you actually say that out loud, or were you just out of character mouthing off?
I was out of character. I wasn't actually going to say that.
Okay.
She's gonna ask where exactly his tower is and how we would find it.
Quite impossible to miss. Follow the trail, the main road to the west. You'll see it.
So, does he have any advice on how we could possibly save our friend?
Are you asking him?
Uh-huh.
I am afraid not. I will leave that to you. And he's like closing up, he's kind of closing up the wagon. He's about to, it's looking like he's just finishing up. This is the last of it. He's about to go climb in the front of the whatever you call that.
I'll ask him then. I'm gonna tell him about Arena then, and tell him that Strahd wants her and is after her. Is there a way he could protect her?
Not. I'm sorry. Please, seek me out when you are finished here. And he climbs up onto the seat, getting ready to ride off.
My insight.
Well, what can he tell us? Wait, she'll be like, wait, what can you tell us about the people here? How do we know who to trust?
You should only trust yourselves.
Okay, well, I guess that's it then.
She seems so dejected.
Does anybody else ask anything before he takes off?
I am gonna say it's like we will talk soon. Then I guess. I think we have much to discuss.
You'll see his. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Owen.
Before you go, during the attack with the devil, did you see or hear anything about what may or may not have happened to our belongings? We've recovered some of our things, but I'm afraid there's much more to be found.
Really? He says, unfortunately, I did not see much. After Strahd fled, I had only moments to grab the bard's loot. And I truly did not mean to steal it. I simply wanted to seek an audience with you. Please send my condolences. And you guys see he kind of changes his disposition. He like starts sitting up and he puts on this face like that bard face that he was having before. It's like this really kind of over the top, happy, poppy, bombastic type thing. And he's like, if you wish to see my show anytime, I will be back. Don't worry. But no more autographs. And you guys turn around, like you see him kind of gesture with his head as he's talking, and you see a couple people kind of rounded the corner down. You know, they're just people are just like going into this
Actually,
building.
before he leaves, he's like, "Oh, autographs. Do you think I can have one last one? I think I could find something very find use for it." And I'll give him see if I can scratch together like a parchment or something that I can hand him.
He reaches over and underneath he pulls out like there's this compartment underneath the chair or underneath his seat. He lifts it up and he just grabs a piece of paper and he hands it to you, and it has Rictavio the Magnificent, you know, on it, and it's like all
flashy.
Yeah, all flashy.
Okay, all right. And it's like, thank you very much. I know exactly what to do with this.
And he nods and off he goes.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do now?
I will ask everybody where the burgomaster mansion is, because I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
And I'll tell them there's something I need to look into.
And he's like, I can take you, Kiki. I might stop off at the bard and give him heads up as what potentially is coming.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, who did someone remember to put the ring of spell storing, Rose's original ring that Ernst gave you guys? Did anybody put that in their inventory?
I think I was given to Owen. I didn't get it in have it in my possession.
I give it back to Owen. I was just identifying it quick. We never actually said who I gave it to afterwards, though.
Right. I just wanted to make sure we had that identified.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and add it to mine.
Fill it with smites.
Exactly.
So, Kiki and Hella, you guys are heading to the Burgomasters, and then you're gonna head to the docks afterwards. And
Yeah.
Owen, you're heading to Wachter House.
Owen kind of would have rather gone with everyone else rather than being alone with more nobility. So he'll go with them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of hours, so
Just gonna move everybody up here real quick, and then Bard will put you back down there.
Put me back down there. We're up a long.
So real quick, Rosario, while you were out and about looking for blacksmith, which area do you think you would have gone down?
Oh, I'm completely aware. So I guess this way.
That way? Okay.
I'll be looking for any like horses or anything like that.
Yeah, any kind of obvious or even suspicious, like maybe this is a blacksmith. Like you're looking for any kind of sign. I totally get it.
Yeah, and I'm also asking people of anyone who might be working on horses.
Okay. Yep.
Or even farmers. Farmers would have their own forges as well, because if something breaks down, they would have to repair it themselves. So that's kind of what I'd be asking around about.
Okay.
I only know this because I have a lot of farmers around us, and they all have forges.
Yeah. Yep. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're also Meta Knights, so
Yeah.
they're like old school.
Okay. Yes. So you're looking around. So everybody else is heading to Burgomaster's mansion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and you guys can go ahead and move that down here.
On order, guys. I don't think I'm the one getting lit on fire.
I'm gonna try to save you.
No, it's all good.
Burgomaster's mansion. Down here, if you guys could just drop your tokens down here, please. And make sure Owen has his. Yeah. There's 2 Owens.
what a tweet.
Just so I can look around and be nosy.
Okay. All right, so you guys are here. Kiki, Hella, Owen, Bard, and Rosario is not here because you're doing other stuff. Okay. So same thing. You guys, you'll knock on the door, and the servant answers, and this time it's a man. He's like, "Yes."
Hi, is the Burgomaster available?
The Burgomaster is not here presently.
Oh, where might he have gone?
Elsewhere.
Oh, well, I just had a message for him. I was wondering when he'd be back.
Later. The Burgomaster has many issues of state to deal with.
Oh, so that's really unfortunate. The captain of the guard got arrested. Does he live here too?
Isaac had quarters. Yes.
Oh. Well, I understand that Isaac was his protector. If the Burgomaster needs any protection, let me know. I'd be willing to help out. I know how important a great leader is.
Yes. And he is a great leader. And about this time, you'll hear a woman's voice. She kind of comes up, and she's like, "Walter, what on heavens is? Excuse me. Oh, I know who you are. Huh? Can I help you?"
Hi, I'm Kiki. So, I know Izzy got arrested, and we were just wondering if we could also offer some help. Do you guys need any protection or anything?
Protection? No, and you see her just like she's like picking at her thumb and her thumbnail. She's she's kind of ducking her head down, looking a little forward. Like she has a very intimidated presence. Like she's just like a skittish person. And you don't get the sense that it's because of you guys, that this is probably just like how she is. You know, but she's kind of picking her nail and stuff, and she's like, well, I don't need help with protection. The town's guard take care of that. All is well. All is well. But perhaps you would be willing to help us with some issues. You see, we're trying to plan the festival of the Blazing Sun. It has been moved up several days, as you know. It was originally next week, but not anymore. It has to be this week because, well, with the events, obviously we need another festival to stop the devil from coming. So my friends and I, we have gathered, and we are actually working tirelessly to there's a lot to plan, how to kill this one, how to kill that one. It's not like these things just make themselves up. So, and she's super just panicked, like she's just really uncomfortable and whatnot. And she says, "Would you be willing to help us with some of the logistics?"
Of course. Perhaps I can come in and take a look at some things real fast. Guys, would any of you like to help, or do you have some other things to get taken care of?
I think we got some other things to take care of. But if you want to assist Kiki, I think you're more than suitable. The one suitable for this job.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got this, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So is she like letting her in or what?
Yeah. No, she's
Okay.
She's letting you in, and I'm assuming Hella, Owen, and it's just Hella and Owen. I guess you guys are going, or are you staying with Kiki?
Mm-hmm.
She's made the invitation for each of you. Like, you guys can come in, or you can go, whichever you want to do.
I'll just whisper in your minds, you guys. If you want to come in and help, in air quotes, we may be able to do some, or I may be able to do some persuading.
Okay. I kind of reached back to her. It's like, we do have other things to take care of too, and making sure that the bard is aware of what may become of him is important as well. Possibly Owen. Possibly Owen could go ahead and get things taken care of with the bard, and I can possibly come in and assist with you.
You guys are saying this, right? You guys are talking to each other in character.
Yes. If she's talking telepathically, then I'm going to be talking back to her. Yeah.
So Lydia is going to, because it's going to be quiet. You guys are kind of being quiet. And she's like, "You don't have to. It's no pressure. It's just a choice. You can help us decide the fate of these criminals, and bring happiness back to Valaki. Well, not that happiness wasn't here, of course. It is all is well. All is well.
Yeah.
We would like nothing less.
Okay.
Criminals, though. Funny you should say that. Because my big brother happens to be one of them, and he's actually really a good guy. He fought so hard when we were under attack to save your town, and I think there's a misunderstanding.
Well, I don't decide such things. I'm just here to decide the festival. If you would like me to help me plan that, that'd be most fortunate. We can't decide if we want to, if for the bard, if we're going to use the Judas Cradle, or if we should engage with the Blood Eagle, which is ritual we have not done in some time. But I don't know that people have the stomach even for that right now. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
Well, I have some ideas,
Oh,
though.
God.
He's quite the entertainer, and he's quite the warrior, too. He has stood up
He will
against...
be entertaining, that is for sure.
But why waste such a valuable asset, though?
We won't be wasted.
Well, I have some better ideas. Perhaps coming back a better time. Forward.
She turns and she's like, Petrovna, bring me the pair of anguish. Let's show them. And she brings out this device. Do you guys know what the pair of anguish is?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
So she brings out the pair of anguish, and she's like, well, this one, you find a hole, and you make it bigger. And she's like, we haven't used this in a little while.
Wow. They really want to mess with the bard.
It's like, and I'll kind of, if the invitation is still open, I would like to very much help. And do you really think that small little thing is gonna, teach the bard any lessons?
Yes. So it seems like you might be in favor of the Judas Cradle.
He's like, if you can maybe explain to us maybe more what it is, we can maybe agree if that's a suitable punishment, or maybe come up with something new, even more dastardly to, punish such evil, horrendous criminals.
Yes, of course. The Judas Cradle, you place the you place the waist harness attached by ropes around the victim, and then you slowly lower him onto the pyramid-shaped seat with a very pointy top, which is inserted into their anus. With the downward pressure caused by the victim's body, the muscles around the orifice would eventually tear, thereby impaling the victim. It's quite effective.
So, I've read up on the laws of Valakido. Has he actually done anything actually criminal? You seem incredibly reasonable, by the way. And you look quite gorgeous today, might I add. Like, you must have had amazing beauty sleep last night. But I was reading through laws, and technically, the bard hasn't broken any laws. Isaac is in the stocks, is he not? For stealing from us?
With such matters, and please, I don't have much time to waste on trying to sort out legal matters. If you have a grievance with the laws, you must take it to the burgomaster. But as I understand it, he has already dealt with this matter.
Yes, well, you see, do you have any brothers or sisters or children?
She kind of looks at you and she says, "Yes, I have a son, Victor."
See, so the bard, I'm adopted. So the bard is like my big brother. And he's always dead. So if he dies, then I'm gonna be all alone. And you wouldn't want Victor to be all alone, would you?
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Wow.
Can I help her with that?
Persuasion or deception?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's true.
I do
That is
have
true.
performance and stuff. Too.
Um, give me a performance to see how well the water working is going on, and it's just going to go against her passives. And okay, so you're putting on a pretty good show. And then let's go with deception since you are lying about the adoption and all that stuff.
Technically, she's not lying, but
Well, you're not adopted by him. That's not a thing.
She's not entirely telling the
no,
truth, but she's not
she
entirely
said
lying
she
either.
was adopted, and the bard's like a big brother. She never actually applied the bard was the one. Yeah, whatever.
That's fair.
it's true, and she was adopted.
All right, that's fair. Give me persuasion instead then. Or is it the same? Is it the same roll?
+2, yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so she just says to you, there, and she kind of gives you a comforting hug, and she's like, well, I understand, but the bard, as I understand it, was a real pain in the ass, so we have been instructed to do likewise to him.
But the only reason he was because Izek. Our friends were just killed, and Izek had stolen from us, so technically he wasn't saying anything or doing anything against the law. Wouldn't Izek be a better example for the people? I mean, he did betray you.
Was it?
Yep.
I understand your pain. And losing a brother is terrible business. I do not envy you. I feel nothing but sorrow and compassion for your situation, but I have told you, I cannot do anything. The burgomaster has ruled, and this is his order. Now, if there is nothing else, I do not have time to waste on this conversation any longer.
Okay. Kind of at this point, I'm going to squat down to Kiki's level, and I'm going to look at her, and it's like, maybe you should go find the ladies' room and clean yourself up. And I'm going to kind of try to give her a little bit of a wink or like a gesture, so that she can maybe go search. And I will look towards Lady Lydia, and it's like, yes, of course. I think we've wasted enough of your time. Perhaps the two of us can go plot the demise of these criminals, and maybe we can share some ideas. And I will kind of and say, will you lead the way, and we could see what we could come up with.
Yes, of course. And
Yes,
okay,
you have a bathroom, perhaps.
and she'll actually gesture you upstairs. They have, I forget what they're called, but they have one of those disgusting bathrooms.
Like outhouses.
Is that what it's called? It's like up on the side of a building, and then there's like a chute that goes down. It like pools up outside.
I'm
It's
gonna
gross.
go with privy. It's more sense, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those. So they have one upstairs.
How do I get upstairs then?
I'll move you. Okay, so Hella, you're going with her to do planning, yes?
Yes, just pretty much distract her and keep her occupied.
Okay. And then Owen, are you what are you doing?
Owen will kind of. That's a good question. I guess he would kind of look to the others near him and say, perhaps we should stay here and assist. Our next appointment, I think Kiki is much needed. So if Kiki wishes to assist the lady here, we should also help.
So, Owen, in your mind, I'll just tell you, I just need to find something real fast. Okay, so she's going upstairs. Does she see anything up there?
And Owen, are you going with Kiki?
No. He'd stay downstairs and maybe look at. You said her name was Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. You said you needed help. Please show us, and perhaps we can look over whatever preparations you need help with, and we can assist.
So she brings you in to this dining room, and it's actually a pretty nice dining room, right? You see 8 women of various ages. They're sitting in really comfortable high back chairs, and they're wearing the typical faded clothes that you see around here. But they're drinking tea and having cake and whatnot. They're just kind of talking excitedly about the festival tomorrow. And on the table, kind of there's paper and some drawings and stuff. And you notice that there's a couple things they want to start off by what's it called? They just want to drag. There's a word for it. They want to drag a person behind a horse, tie him up with a rope, and just drag him behind. Well, it's not drawn quartered, but it's whatever they call it. They just want to they want to start off like that to get things started, and then there's you're seeing these schematics for like this big fake sun that was highly combustible and they'll light it on fire and whatnot, and they will essentially drop it on at least one prisoner, or at least one prisoner, and then as a final act they want to culminate with, and this is what they're debating, is which torture do they want to do to the bard, and that's what they haven't planned yet, and they're like debating between the Judas Cradle, the pair of, right, or do they want to like go really in on it and go with the Blood Eagle? Like they're like it's like some dark,
That's fucked up
crazy,
shit.
yeah, it's some nasty shiz.
Okay, so I'm upstairs. Do I see a bathroom or whatever it's called anywhere?
Okay. Yeah, so you come up here. You don't see one just obviously. Like it's not like it's, but when you come down over here, you think that you see what might be a bathroom.
Over where everything's so black other than the hallways.
Well, you have to move your character. Can you see over here?
Okay, she'll go up this hallway. I can see stairs straight across and then a hallway.
Yeah, you think like there's like at the end of this hall. At the end of this hall, there's a bathroom in here, right? It's
Okay. I'll peek into this door right here.
so that's the library. In here, there's a desk. Let me get to. Yeah, that one's a library. It's lots of books. Desk. You can tell this is like the main working area for the burgomaster.
Okay, what about this door over here?
So you go and you open that up, and you see a bedroom. And in this bedroom, there's dolls. This room is full of pretty little dolls with powder white skin and auburn hair. Some of them dressed beautifully, others plainly. Some of the dolls fill a long bookshelf, and others are arranged in neat rows on wall-mounted shelves. Still, others are piled atop a bed and a heavy wooden chest. What's most odd is that all of the dolls, apart from their clothing, look the same. They all look like Irina Kolyana.
Oh, lordy. Oh. Okay. Do I have a bag or anything on me?
Do you have a bag on you? Is it in your equipment?
I don't know. Well, all our stuff was stolen, so that's why I'm asking. Like, did they give it back?
No. I mean, you might be able to try and improvise something. Like you could maybe take a blanket, curl them up. But then what would you do to get them out? right? So
Well, I can stuff it in my shirt.
Just throw it down the privy.
so
And
as
they grew
you're
3 sizes
think
that day.
I don't think there's windows in this room. Do I see any bags in this room?
yeah, you see a bag.
Okay, I'm gonna stuff 1 or 2 of these dolls into the bag, and then I'm gonna just kind of leave this room and head back downstairs.
So as you were looking around for a bag or something, you did find some wine bottles, and on the wine there was a label, purple grape mash number 3, on all of them. And on the dolls, as you're kind of grabbing them up and putting them into your bag, you notice that each of them has a small tag stitched into its clothing that reads, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
It's kind of strange. Well, I'm gonna take a bottle of the wine as well. I'm just gonna put it in the bag with the 2 or 3 dolls I have. Is there anything else sticking out to me in this room other than a million dolls?
Nope.
Nothing else in the chest?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like stuff the bag in my belt, kind of, so it doesn't look like I just ransacked this room. And then I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna telepathically tell everybody, time to go.
Okay.
So while she was doing that, Hella, Owen, did you guys have any torture recommendations for the bard?
I am gonna say, and it's like your torture sounds so boring. You know, it's like there's no real punishment in there. Like what you got to do is make them live with it, not kill them. I think what would be the perfect punishment for the bards is to very carefully, make a nice little incision on his throat and cut out his vocal cords and just make him live with that for the rest of his life.
No. You're doing it all wrong. You see, he's a bard. His reputation is what is him. You take a blow to his reputation, you strike at its very soul. No. Paper and a quill, please. I have an idea. I've got a more fantastic contraption or idea for you.
Yes, and so they give you the paper and quill.
And yeah, Owen just starts like scribbling pretty quickly. And he turns the paper and shows them, and it shows kind of like a stage in front of like a crowd of like hundreds of people. And he's even drew like a little sun in the background on shining for the blazing sun. And it has like a crude drawing of the bard standing on the stage in nothing but a loincloth and a kazoo. And it says, "You see this? You forced him to put a concert on with such a obnoxious instrument below his position, and you'll find him later that evening curled up, a broken man." And it's quite hilarious. Great fun for the friends and family.
Yes. We give him the kazoo, and then we make him wear the pair of anguish. Yes, and then I'll start like clamping with the pair of anguish. Like he has to play the kazoo while wearing this.
I quite like your idea, Owen. That's not too bad. Making him suffer and humiliating him.
But not killing him.
Yes, it'll make him live with it. Tarnished reputation for the rest of his life.
Yes, I do think we like this, and all the women are like, yes, this sounds wonderful.
These women are sadistic. man.
And I'm glad that we can could have assisted help, but we do have other matters to be pressing too. I do wish you well with the rest of your planning, and glad we could have been of assistance. Do you pass along our assist that we do assisted to the burgomaster?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. This was a wonderful idea, Paladin. I wouldn't have expected it from you, but it is fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. And I will kind of leave and start making my way towards the door, and I'm meeting up with Kiki.
Yes, there was one other matter I did forget. You see, I'm sure you heard, but recently we were attacked by that dreadful devil, and 2 of our friends fell in the conflict, one of which is a golden dragon. No doubt that you haven't seen the poor thing's corpse. And it seems as if her body is being desecrated. Is there any chance you could ask the burgomaster to put some guards there to keep people away? She fought hard to the death, and a warrior deserves a proper death, and being picked dry is no death for one such as this, one who put their life on the line against the devil.
And they're kind of like nodding and as they're listening, and one of the other women at the table, she says, yes, I can confirm this. I saw this strange turtle creature that was over there harvesting the what do you call it? And she looks over and the scales, and yes, those, they were this turtle man was harvesting the scales of this dragon, you called it?
Yes.
Yes, it was terrible. Lydia, if this person was helping, I think we should help them. And Lydia's like, Vargas, he has spoken, and her head's like starting to kind of sink down, and she's just like, he's made his ruling, and I don't interfere with his affairs. I don't need to. All is well. And then all the women are like, all is well, and everyone's just kind of like saying it in like this routine, weird way.
We should be getting going, Owen. Time is precious.
You are right, yes. Well, my lady, thank you for your time.
Yes, anytime. Thank you. And she has one of the servants escort you guys out. Okay. So everybody is there. Let me cut over to Rosario really quick. Okay, so while you were going, Rosario, you're looking down this. You're able to find someone who tells you that they're able to direct you to where they can, to a blacksmith where they make horse hooves and stuff like that, and you're able to find that. I guess I said horse hooves. I meant horse shoes. They make horse hooves too. This is Barovia.
Yeah,
okay, they do all kinds of
horse
shit.
hooves into glue.
Yeah, it's a gelatin factory.
That's what I was saying, guys. I mean, did we lose you, Rosario?
Here.
I feel like we lost her. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do find. We'll call it a blacksmith because I don't know what the hell else you call it.
Okay.
Maybe that's the right word. Whatever.
A
Yeah.
fair.
A what? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a farrier is the one who does like horseshoes and stuff like that.
Okay. Then you find a farrier.
Okay.
So-
Is the farrier still alive?
Yeah. It's just a middle-aged man. He's sitting there. He has like a sullen face. He's not. There's Not a lot of emotion to him. He's just kind of just looks like he's autopilot.
Okay, I'll bow deeply to him and ask him if I could use his forge.
So he doesn't say anything. He just keeps moving and sticks the horseshoe into the water, and it starts steaming and whatnot, and ching 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 as he's hitting the metal, but he's not responding at all.
He's quenching the metal.
Weird. I guess I'll ask him again if I can use his forge. If he doesn't reply, then I'll just start working and see if he does anything.
Yeah, he does not reply.
Okay, so I'll start working then on the armor for Kiki.
Okay. All right, let me check the.
Give it to me.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. While I'm looking up that, for your
I'm
rolls and whatnot.
assuming it's going to take quite some time.
Yeah, it will for certain. Making dragon scale armor will. I think it's going to take at least a couple days, but I will look up that while we're continuing these guys' stuff. So,
Okay.
Owen, Kiki, everybody else, what are you guys doing?
I think as we start walking back or making our way back to where the bard are, is like we got to get the bard out tonight.
Yep, I'm gonna pull out the bag and say, guys, what the hell is this? And I'm gonna show you guys. I'll say I found it in Isaac's room. I think he knows Irina.
All that it proves is that he likes dolls.
It's Irina. The doll is Irina. How would he know?
Stalker? We already know that he has issues.
They were everywhere in his room, and I mean everywhere. Perhaps we can get Isaac to help us save the bard.
So a quick recap for you, Owen. Hella wants to free the bard tonight. Kiki is saying, yeah, Isaac's nutso. He's got a bunch of dolls, and you guys are talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, the dolls are literally Irina. Like, I'll pull one out and I'll show you guys. And I'll tell you his room is completely full of them.
Oh no.
As far as we know, Irina isn't a celebrity or anything. Doesn't it seem odd that a man such as himself would have so many dolls?
And in her likeness.
Maybe a
This
little
isn't
weird, but
Well, perhaps. He did say when I was having a conversation with him that he would protect Irina, so maybe we could strike a deal with him to where he'll help us free the bard. And he can help protect Irina? I don't know. Either way, let us go talk to him and let him know what's happening.
just if you do your conversation thing, make sure that it's very clear that if he tries messing with us, he will not survive.
This is true.
Are you guys proceeding to the stockade?
Yes, I would have presumed that we were talking about this on our way there.
Yeah, so go ahead and move your guys over to the stockade. You guys will arrive. Now,
Okay.
what would you like to do?
The bard put on a concert.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over towards the bard and is saying, "It's like we have to get you out tonight. For it's a good possibility that by this time tomorrow you might not be alive."
That is unfortunate, but we wouldn't want to implicate all of you in my escape. It'd be better if it looked like I did it alone.
There are other ways.
All I need is the lock broken, and I can assure my survival.
So I'm actually going to go over to Izek. Are any of the guards looking at me?
I mean, the guards are always watching you guys when people are near those in the stockade.
Obviously, all of our conversations have been hushed, so they don't hear this.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm going to go over near Izek then, and I'm going to say in his mind, I have found that which you have sent me to find. Is he saying anything back?
No, he's just kind of hanging his head. I mean, you see the donkey head kind of hanging in shame.
Okay, I'll walk over and pull one of the dolls out of the bags and kind of hold it underneath and say, is this what you were talking about?
One of the guards that's watching sees you pull the doll out and starts laughing and is like, "Yeah, give him a doll. Maybe that'll get him in touch with his feminine side." And they start like kind of prodding each other and they're like making jokes or whatever.
I'll say, this is mine, you big... Well, this is mine.
Too busy joking, and so they they're just there's there's like a couple of guys just being jovial or whatever. They just didn't hear you say those words.
Okay, I'll just ask the Izek, who is she?
He doesn't say anything, and you could at this point you could get the sense like he's ashamed of this. It's not something he wants. No, he's not like gonna be talking about.
Well, she'll just ask him again. Who is she? How does he know her?
You get the sense he's not going to talk about it.
Son of a bitch. Okay. I need to attune my belt then, because...
Okay. So you're looking to take a short rest. What is everyone else doing?
I've got a lovely bun. Do. Putting on a show.
I think Owen would do the same.
I think, a little bit of rest before dinner will wouldn't be a bad thing.
We lost, right?
Yeah,
Well-
I guess Owen would want to finish reattuning as well.
So it looks like Xanther's guide. And I'm doing a quick review here, but we'll just go with this so that we don't spend too much time on this for you, Rosario. It looks like it's just going to be an amount of time, which is going to be one work week to get it done for this particular thing, and it'll cost you 200 gold.
I don't have 200 gold.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem. Is you're going to need to accumulate 200 gold, but
So I
like, we
guess
can-
I'll work on it as much as I can.
yeah,
Up
and I'm
until the
totally
point
good
I
with
can't. Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that you can do the whole work week thing. Like if you go a full work week and you don't get 200 gold by the end of it, then we'll just basically kind of put that on pause until you get to 200 gold, and then as soon as you drop the 200 gold, you'll finish it.
How
that
do we
day.
even get gold in this game?
It's a great question. It's a fantastic question.
Ah.
That 200 gold without the materials.
Oh no, I
Well,
have
no,
the
that's why I'm
materials. I just
asking.
don't
I
have
was
the
like, I was
gold.
wondering if the material cost is part of that 200 gold.
It just said I think it's not for the materials of the scales.
Gotcha.
She has that. It's the 200 is for just like miscellaneous supplies and
yeah, all that. Okay, I was
all that stuff.
Well,
That's why.
instead
And
of
to make dragon scale armor, it would be a lot more expensive if she didn't have the scales.
Okay. Did you get my message, Kiki?
Yeah.
Okay.
guess I'll have to start working.
We just say there is no role as long as you're proficient in smithing, then you're good to go. So I'll do some more reading on it later, but that's what we'll rule for now, and we'll move forward.
Okay.
So
And like I said, as long as it's safe, I'll remain there. As soon as I hear anything or see anything, I'll take off. Especially if I hear anything about the bard missing, because I know that that's what they're planning. I'll take off.
Yep, that sounds good.
I've got a lovely bunch of
Hey.
coconuts. There they are standing.
So
in
what's
the
everyone
road.
else doing?
Well, I already said what I was doing.
They're in.
Do you have a question outside of the game, though? Are there any farmers outside the town? Like,
That you've
was
seen
there
so far?
nothing that we've seen so far?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Morgantha or Granny once told you that there was pig farmers, and they usually hunt wolves and stuff like that.
Yes, but I wouldn't know that. Oh wait, yes, there is
No.
pig farmers. I just don't know it.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so is everybody just want to take a short rest here?
Sure.
My life has been a short
Yeah.
rest right now, so
Okay, so you guys take a short rest. Kiki, you attune to your item. Owen, are you attuning to your mace as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are good to go. We'll say that it's probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock ish. Like it's getting close to sunset. And you'll need to be going to. You did agree to go to Vasily's for dinner, and Lady Wachter was hoping to see you as well.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the lock that is keeping the bard in, and I'm gonna just gently tug it down and break the hinge, but it looks like it's still locked.
So you won't have any issues breaking it. I just need a stealth check. And you can do preparatory things for that preemptively, but I will need a stealth check from you to see how effective you are.
Oh Lord, I have a +0, but I do have inspiration still. So.
also,
while she,
I will sing and inspire her.
You do have, just to help you a little bit, Kiki, you do have Pass Without a Trace.
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna do that on myself. Well, all of us basically.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on throwing you guys in jail again. We just got y'all out.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna break it.
Okay. Yep. So give me a stealth check.
And add a D. I think D. Oh no. What is my inspiration right now? Hang on. You can add a D8 to it.
Oh yeah, that's a 20 then.
It's a 22 right now.
22.
Plus whatever the D8 is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's without the plus 10. So yeah, you're already at 22.
Yeah, you're like, just roll the D8 just for giggles. Okay, so you're at 26. So 26, like you did this so adeptly. Go ahead and describe what does it look like as you move up there and smash this lock.
So I'm gonna walk up to it. I'm gonna put my hand on it and just ding with one finger. It's gonna break it. Pretty epic, right?
And you're just like on the hinge so that it like the latch is all loose.
Yep. So it's
And
completely
Bard.
busted. So if he tries to lift up the top of the stock, it'll break the lock completely apart. So it's the hook part is still hanging on, but it's not actually locked. So if he pushes up, the lock's gonna come open and it's gonna fall off.
And you actually find that when you did that, like when you hit it and it broke off a little bit, but your pass without a trace just like bloop, put it back on there so that it was like hiding, but it's stable there now. And I'm just going to assume absolutely everybody would have been put under the pass without trace. So Bard, you're able to like kind of lift up and see that you can lift up this stockade at your will now.
I'm free to go whenever I like. But I'd wait to do this until you guys can't be convicted at all.
Yep.
So by all means, you can disappear, and I will meet you outside of town afterwards.
Sounds like a plan.
So where are you going first? Did you want to go to Vasily's or did you want to go to Lady Walker's? Or are you not planning to go to both? Like, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think kind of going to Vasily's is a little more pressing as it is getting close to like that dinner time, but we can go at our earliest convenience to Walkner's. So.
Depends. What time do they have dinner in Barovia? Is it like 9 o'clock dinner, or is it like 5 o'clock dinner?
Vasily told Owen it was right around sunset.
Okay,
That's when he was expecting him.
Okay. And where's the sun now?
It's close to sunset. It's not quite there yet.
Okay.
I'm just being a smart ass.
I will kind of
like you guys probably could go talk to Lady Walker, barring some major event happening there. You guys could talk to her and get to Vasily's just fine. You should feel comfortable with that.
I'm doing not much this
But it's your call.
episode.
You guys can do whichever way you want.
Well, shall we go to dinner or go take care of our other arrangements first? And I'm going to be asking the rest of the like Owen and Kiki that.
Well, if the Lady Walker was so willing to hand over this ring, I don't think it's too far-fetched that she wouldn't mind a bit of a late night visitation.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I agree. Sounds like a plan.
That's where my head went.
How big is your mace, Owen? You can always hit her with it.
Right. So
you guys want to go to dinner first?
Yeah, let's go to dinner first.
Yep.
Okay.
That sneaky snake.
Excuse me.
Contagious.
Contagious. You made me yawn.
Sorry, I've been doing that all day.
Anyone have any objections to that?
Nope.
Dinner sounds great. I haven't had anything to eat all day.
Oh, I did mean to roll hit dice for the short rest. I was still fixing my spell sheet.
You're fine.
If that's still all right. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Damn.
Very good. So up here, this over here, this is the house that you guys are heading to.
Okay.
As they leave, I just go, bring me some num-nums.
Or the bard has spent so much of Valaki in the stockades.
Only one kind of deserved to be honest.
I mean, Izik's a douchebag. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
It's not me, the DM. I'm just role playing
know.
Izik. Okay. I need a quick 5-minute mental break, if that's okay with you guys.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just do a quick little 5-minute break. And I'm gonna go get a drink, and then I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Let's see. How can I fuck with Izik now?
Tell him you know about his doll collection.
Yes. The dolls.
Oh, tell him his doll's dress nicer than him.
Oh, that goes without saying.
But does he know that?
I would hope so. They're Virina. Definitely just better than him.
You could always sing him another lovely song.
I could. I don't want to write it. Nah, I probably won't mess with him. But Jason can tell you how I planned out his death extensively.
I don't know. If I was an evil character or something, I would be all over slowly vicious mockery.
Yeah. If I was evil, I would totally be doing that right now. But I'm chaotic.
You
But
smell poo.
Yeah. I'll kind of give you an idea what I had planned for Izik if I got my way with him.
first, you'd have your way with him.
Possibly.
Don't mind me.
I was
Don't
really
mind me.
hoping he'd have his way with the guards when he was trying to get the papers, but
Yeah.
Maybe there's something I could do for you, big boy.
I have my paper here tucked under my bra strap if you'd like to see it.
See all their nose start to bleed instantly out of anticipation.
Bard still doesn't know entirely what to think of Ella yet. The whole, you look much cuter now, threw him off.
You mean Michelle or Mary or
Wanda was it or something like that?
I just started throwing names out. I was like, how do I know you? It's Chelsea, isn't it? Oh, yeah, Dark. You already told me this. Oh, yeah, no, and I kind of assumed that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just waiting. Oh,
I have returned. Dark still tormenting you with torture ideas?
no. Basically, because I kind of know what's going on with him. I was like, the bard's not going to pick up on it until you start making terrible jokes again. He's like, well, they aren't Mirren bad. I'm like, well, they aren't bard good. He goes, at least they're bearable. God.
Oh. Snap. Well, not snap, whatever. Guys, it's getting late.
Yep.
Brain is frying.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. During that short rest to use their hit dice for when Vasily goes nutso and turns out to be the Dark Lord Vampire.
What?
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Just kidding. I was just making sure you guys had done everything you wanted to do before you go to Vasily's.
I don't trust Vasily, but the bard has no reason not to trust him. But I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Vasily's a wonderful man. He just saved your bacon.
Not mine.
Yeah. He tried to.
Did he?
He tried.
Was I there to see that though?
No.
You were there in spirit, in everyone's heart.
I think the thing that is definitely triggering me on the he resisted the zone of truth. What are you trying to hide, Vasily? What are you trying to hide?
What is it? What is that quote? Ohana means family.
Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Family means
So are we calling it here then, or?
No. I'm just getting into the groove.
Okay.
That was a
We
great
can-
voice, by the way. Your next character should have that voice. Yep.
He doesn't like Stitch.
No, I didn't say I don't like it. I said most wines did not like the Stitch.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure so everybody got their stuff taken care of, right? Sounds like it. Okay. I don't have a map, so we're just going to use our imagination.
Oh, their mind's map.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys arrive at this house that pretty typically on the outside is all worn down and kind of dilapidated. It's not quite as much as the others. It's definitely bigger. Knock on the door, and a man opens the door, and he looks very proper. He looks to be in maybe his early 40s. Unlike the other Barovians, he has, it's not emotionless, but he has a very stern look. Just very proper, as though he's been performing butthole services for a long time, right? And he says, "The master awaits you." And he just moves very slowly, very methodically, gracefully, and like gestures you all into the home.
All right. I guess we will move in.
Yeah.
Everybody walk
Okay.
down.
When you guys go in, it is like, dude, this is a nice place. You have not seen a house like this in all of Valaki. Even the burgomaster's mansion. This makes that look like just a shitty little house. This mansion is very, very nice carpeting, very good flooring. The walls, it's just clean, etc. You see servants coming and going. You can hear noises off in the kitchen area as they're making food. And you hear Vasily's voice as he comes to and he says, "Ah, welcome, my friends. Please Come, sit with me. And he gestures you into the dining room.
I'll go in.
I'll go in as well.
Yeah. Owen will too. Saying, thank you for inviting us to your humble abode.
You are most welcome. Thank you for facing the devil. It is not many who will face him, and such heroism must be rewarded. Which reminds me. And he kind of, gives a little clap. And the butler that you saw at the door just kind of bows and walks off. And Vasily says, I simply wish to know a little bit more about you. Owen, tell me a little bit about your past.
Oh, my, what is there to tell? Well, I was born and raised in the Feywild, and if you're not familiar, elves are very fickle beings, very calm and haughty and full of themselves, but for the most part, pretty calm. And I was often regarded as hot-headed and brash, and I found the Feywild boring, so came here to the to Faerun, and well, upon my travels, I got into a couple of fist fights, and in one particular town, someone stated that I would make my style and grace was very entertaining to watch, and that I should profit from it in some way. And so I got into some street brawl groups and such, and eventually found my way into the gladiatory arena, and I made a bit of a name for myself, and that's really about it.
Oh, undoubtedly, there's more, my friend. You seem to have the bearing of a man of great magnificence, and you show much promise for the future. Tell me, if you do not mind me asking, how old are you?
Oh, roughly about 130 years, give or take.
Oh, that is amazing. You look much younger than that. Is it true that elves live for hundreds of years?
Yes, they do. Very, very long lives.
Oh, you are not the first, obviously, the first elf that has come across our path. Adventurers come here from time to time, but perhaps not as magnificent as yourself, if I do say so myself.
Oh, well, thank you. It's that Eladrin blood. I believe it makes us more elegant and, I suppose elegant is the word, than compared to other elves. You see, we take the shape of different seasons based on our moods. Because of my attitude, I'm mostly in my summer court, so I kind of take on this goldish look to myself.
That is a most peculiar and wonderful thing about your people. I am very fascinated by this. Tell me, Owen, did you choose the adventuring life?
Well, I mean, I did spend some time as a gladiator, and I just found just winning battles and growing stronger was too exhilarating, especially compared to the slow life of most elves. You see, with our long lives, they take years to make a simple decision. I was much too impatient, so I wanted more, and I was drawn to the life of a paladin. You see, Coralon is the deity of the elves, and I decided to devote myself to him. And it was revealed to me I took an oath of glory. So I guess that is my stead. And well, you spend so much time in an arena that too grows stagnant and stale. And I was deciding to head out myself when I was snatched away just minutes after one of my matches.
Interesting. The tales of how the adventurers find their way to Barovia always fascinates me. It seems this fog is a common occurrence. And about this time, the servants are coming in and they're providing food and they're putting it down before you. And he's like, "Oh, please, help yourselves, my friend." And he'll turn to Kiki and he'll say, "Tell me, Kiki, tell me a little about your past."
Oh, well, there's not much to say. I was adopted. I don't actually know who my parents are, but I was raised by a bunch of druids, really good ones. I really like trees. Trees are good.
Interesting. What is it that you like about trees?
Good company, at least not the ones around here. Well, I really do miss home.
And when you say good company, are you inferring that you talk to trees?
Of course. Nature's pretty communicative if you know how.
Really? I would be most curious to know how you do this. Is it something that you were born with, or did you acquire it when you were learning the Druid path?
I've always kind of sort of just been able to do it. I can't explain it.
Well, you're an adorable adventurer, and I am very fond of you.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
Tell
What
me.
about you? How did you come to live in this place?
Oh, the Vasily. Excuse me. My family line we have been here for hundreds of years, since the beginning, since Strahd. Excuse me, since the devil, came here and forced us all into his service. My family line has been here, and we have always been in a position of nobility, but we are not very interested in ruling directly. So, not nearly as interesting as you find people. But tell me, Kiki, did you, like Owen, did you choose the adventuring life, or is it something that found its way naturally?
It found its way. I definitely didn't choose it.
And how did that happen?
Well, it's a long story, but basically, I have to prove myself as a druid. And in order to do that, I have to go on a journey, kind of self-discovery. And so as I was doing that, I kind of got sucked into all of this. And, well, it's a bit overwhelming.
Oh, do not feel overwhelmed. You handle it with such grace and dignity. I saw how you handled the devil when he came here. Those who are twice your size cowered in fear and hid themselves in their homes. The fools. But you bravely stood against him. This is an admirable quality, and you should not be belittling yourself. And he's going to take a drink of wine and whatnot. And are you guys eating, by the way?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's eating.
And I remember, Rosario, were you here or are you still at the blacksmith?
I'm just listening, watching. If I hear anything about the bard or any commotion about stocks, I'm gonna take off. I either go to the front gate, or if there's any rivers, I can hold my breath for over an hour. So I'll probably escape that way as well.
Okay.
But as long as I don't hear anything or see anything, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. Yeah.
Because my character doesn't. Well, if the forest guy's not talking to me, I'll just keep going where I am. Unless he tells me, unless he starts talking.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I couldn't remember if you were going with them to the dinner or not, and so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't excluding you.
No, they haven't talked to me once, so I have no idea what they're doing.
Okay. So then he continues. After he takes a drink of wine, he asks you, Kiki. So tell me, what was it like to face him?
Well, he definitely is a formidable foe, I guess. My question is, what could have caused him so much pain to cause so much pain on so many others?
Yes. It is a curious thing indeed. And he looks to you, Hela, and he says, "And I'm sorry, but did not catch your name."
I say it's Hella.
Hela, how did you come to join this party?
Would I have known how I would have like gotten to Bavaria? Was it like the same mist or?
So
Bavaria.
it's
Because
not
from what I
that.
got, I just showed up. So
Yeah, you were essentially resurrected. Rose's death resurrected the two of you. You still don't really remember your past. You still have that amnesia. It's borderline tabula rasa type effect. You're starting, as you're talking about, you're starting to remember a little bit of you were dead. You do know that you were dead and that you came back to life. You do know that Rose brought you back. You don't know why, but then you have that tie, that drive to be with the party.
Okay.
But that's all you
Right.
have so far.
Okay. So I'm gonna go and look at him, and I'm just like, how I got here? It's from what I remember. It's I died and came back for reasons unknown.
Yes, that does happen on occasion here. Tell me, do you remember much of your death?
Not really. It's kind of a little hazy.
And were you also involved in the battle with the devil?
That I cannot fully remember. I just know that I more have a drawn attraction towards my compatriots are here that I belong with them as for reasons unknown.
I too have a attraction to your companions, and he kind of looks over at Irina, and she kind of blushes a little bit, and he says, "Ah," and he gestures over to the entryway, and you guys see the butler bringing in. He's like wheeling in this suit of armor, and he says, "Oh, and I hope this will do. It has been some time since we've needed to bring it out. It is a little worn down, and you can see that it's plate mail, but it's in need of some mending, and it'll give you 16 AC for now, just functionally, so you can write it down. It'll give you 16 AC for now, but with some mending and whatnot, you could get it up to snuff." And he says, "This belonged to my brother many years ago. He was a great man, and unfortunately it does not fit me, but it looks to be about your size, Owen."
Owen will kind of like put his forks down, and look kind of taken aback at this. And he goes, "I don't know what to say. You've already done so much for us. I don't know if I can accept such a gift.
Oh, please. All of you have done much more. I simply wish that I could do more for all of you. And I do not wish to undermine my own gift to you, my friend, but this is simply not being used. It is collecting dust, I'm afraid. My house is not a house of warriors. And as you can see, this armor is... I don't know how to take care of it, is the nutshell. And there are none here in Valaki who are capable of such a task. So unfortunately, I cannot give it to you in the state that I wish. So I simply hope that you will accept this gift as my token of appreciation for facing the devil, and maybe it will provide you some encouragement to continue the fight.
Now, Owen, you don't want to offend our guest. He's given you a very gracious gift.
Yes, and I would be lying if I were to say that I feel comfortable without armor. Very well then. Yes, I will accept.
Good. And everyone's been eating this whole time, right?
Yeah, very politely eating.
Yeah. No, I'm just making sure. Like, I'm just pacing the meal.
Yep.
Is all I want to do.
Yep.
So he looks at you guys' plates and he's like, do you have room for dessert? It is a rare treat. We don't usually have that here, but again, nothing but the best for my friends.
I think I will pass on dessert.
Is it right?
I vaguely recall bad incidences with something I would refer to as dessert, and I prefer not to venture down that path again.
Oh, of course, it is your decision, my friend. What of you, Owen and Kiki?
What is it?
And he makes a gesture, and they come out with this pie.
Oh God.
It's just so funny.
Fucking ask him if it's Granny's
My
pie.
granny
Just
did
ask
it.
him if it's Granny's pie.
So you can give me an investigation and look and see if it's if it looks like hers or something. Yeah. So you're taking a look at it. It doesn't look like Granny's pie. It just looks like a pie.
I'm a little bit full. Would you mind if I could wrap some of this up and save it for later?
And he just kind of waves his hand to the servants, and they nod. And Owen, would you like some of the pie?
He's still kind of like riding some kind of high from being offered this armor, and he says, yes, I would enjoy a piece.
Very good. And so he gestures to them, and they go to, and he goes, would you also like it to be wrapped up? It looks like your friends are getting full.
Oh, perhaps that might be best, yes.
Very good. And the server goes off, and you see him scurry off into the kitchen and whatnot. And he says, he turns to his man, and he says, please bring the shield. And he just kind of goes around the corner, and they grabs this shield and comes and hands it to you, because it was just on this I'll call it a rack. I think that's what they call it, but where you put the armor, where they hang it, just kind of
shield
whatever. Yeah. And so he takes the shield and he just like he comes and he hands it to you, Owen. And then he's gonna turn. He's gonna say, "It looks good. It looks. Well, actually, are you wearing it, or were you just admiring it?"
He was admiring the armor.
Okay.
He didn't really want to wear it at the dinner table.
Okay. Yeah, I just had to double check. So he'll say he'll say, "I hope it fits you well." And he turns to Irina and he says, "Irina, how was dinner?" And she's like, "Oh, it was quite lovely, Vasily." And he's like, "I hope in the future there are many more dinners such as this." And she kind of gets, her cheeks flush, and she's like, "Yes, I would like that." And he turns to you guys and he's like, "Well, more time has passed than this conversation, right? Like you guys would have eaten and stuff like that. It's probably been like 45 minutes, maybe an hour or something like that in total." And he just says, "Well, you are welcome to stay here the night if you wish. Otherwise, I will pay for your accommodations at the Blue Water Inn tonight. Whichever you prefer."
Is there really no way you could help our friend out, perhaps?
Afraid that the burgomaster's mind is quite set.
Okay.
Yes, I was there for a good deal of it, and he did offer a good amount of gold to release the bard, but the burgomaster appears to be stubborn in this particular situation.
Not my party, but the town. The town wants to kill me.
Which reminds me, Kiki, Hella, I think you have something to say to Vasily.
Oh yes, thank you very much for posting our bond and getting us out of a tough mess. And kind of for that, I think it'd be very rude for us to impose and on staying here. And I do think it would possibly be best for us to stay at the inn. We've already caused you enough trouble as is, in the matter of speaking.
You are too kind, but it is no trouble. But I do not wish to make you uncomfortable. Wherever you wish to stay is
So
it
they've
is your
talked
business.
about using the Pair of Anguish, Judas's Cradle,
Yes, well, thank you very much.
Blood
It is
Eagle
very much
on me.
appreciated.
Ugh.
You're indeed welcome. And he gets up and
Brawling and
kind of starts
quartering me.
escorting you guys to the
Setting
front
me on
door.
fire. They really want
He
to kill
says,
my character.
"We will have to do this again. You are all most enjoyable company. And I am very interested in your adventures. You must tell me more as they unfold."
I'm sure that something like that could be arranged. That shouldn't be an issue.
So he nods and he says, "Well, good night to all of you."
Bard's spending the entire
Irina,
episode in
And
this
they kind of exchange a look, and then Irina exits the house. I'm assuming you guys are all leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with it though. It makes a good RP.
Okay. So where are you guys going?
I think. Well, we have to go over to Walkner's.
Yeah.
So probably a good place to call it.
Yeah. Perfect.
And
place.
we will call it there, and we will head over to Lady Walkers at the beginning of next session.
So.